We're ready.
I said, well, your worst was so I don't know what I'm talking about. I said, you outthink yourself so far that there's nothing to talk about. I hung up on him. I said, I'll buy my own.
Can you send that to me again?
Because each load is only like $90 if you do 10 yards over time.
No, can you send it to me?
Take me 600 loads. So it's a lot of fucking dirt.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, so you're gonna buy a new rig for like anywhere from like 20 to 60,000.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna buy the trailer for used 120.
But have me? No, I don't
I
have
found one here at 10, so I'm going to probably go look at it.
Oh yeah, because the heavier ones are harder to sell.
Yes.
Fewer
So I also want to make it so I can build it.
Paste.
I'm buying from here, first of all, there's no rust because there's a lot more rust on it. Yeah, true. So build it here, you can buy it here, I can bring my race cars up, load them up into it, figure out how I'm going to load them up into it. And this way I can get rings.
Put E-rings in trailers?
Check.
Well, it does have, it's a gooseneck trailer that the size come off, you can use it for all fucking.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to US Drift Circuit Round 4 here at OSW. We're proudly presented by Red Line Synthetic Oil, and I'm here. My name is Jonathan Tiny Huarbe, and my partner in crime right here, that's me, the Florida man, Dustin from Dustin Motors. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Out here, super excited to see this series come to an end. Honestly, a ton of great competition, and honestly, ready to get this practice going. Or not practice, sorry, seating bracket.
Yeah, seating bracket. We have about a lot of live. You're all the way out there.
Yeah, I know. That's sorry.
But it's usually, man, even though you're on the left side, you still show up taller than me. I think this.
I am a little bit taller than
Just
you.
a little bit. Yeah,
Well,
just
this
a
helps. This makes us look similar size.
No, I got to step. No, if I step forward, I'll look. But anyway, we're here at OSW, and this is the track for Formula Drift itself here in Florida. And we have the last round. The crown champion for today would actually get their license for Formula Drift, their prospect side.
And Christian Catrone right now leading the points. I think if he crosses the line, I think he gets the point standings that he would need. I don't think the next competitor after him has the point spread, even if getting first place. So our first place for the full season might be going that direction. Who knows? Anything could happen. But what's kind of cool, and you kind of mentioned it already, the track itself, this is Formula Drifts Orlando, the Scorcher, Heat, or whatever they call it. Get to attend this all the time. It's obviously my home track. We did change the layout a tiny bit, so there's a little bit different inner clip positioning. The bank is still very much the same, and coming around on the apron, a little bit different line than FD, but not much. So it's just we're expecting them to be a little bit more inside. We're not expecting them to go so far out in the one spot and then in on the other. So should be some good stuff, but that first initiation is a doozy. It is the longest zone that we have all season, and honestly, we're going to need to see some commitment going through practice and everything. Any bobbles show up a lot on this track, and we're going to be hearing the word bobble. We're going to be hearing the word correction a lot this stream. So get ready, and if you want to know those little things, we're going to be commenting on it. We are also going to be on the live stream comments to go ahead and hit back with you guys. So pretty excited.
Yeah, it's awesome too, especially in the Formula Drift. We are talking about how the layout is the same as Formula Drift. The cool thing about it, you see on camera right now, that alley going, that power alley going from interclip 1 to 2, it's usually wider on FD rounds. They actually lined it so that it shows that flow that they're supposed to go into that interclip 2 to go into the second outer zone of this track. I'm super excited to see this. This is one of my favorite tracks, not only to watch, but also on the sim, especially with Drift HQ out here. One of the sponsors here, they have Sim HQ.
Right here.
Right there,
Drift HQ.
Great dudes over there. I'm heartbroken with Duarte. He had one lap today. His motor blew.
Oh my God, what?
Bro.
No luck.
There's a hole about, I want to say 5 inches hole, like on the side of his engine block. I love seeing him drive. He's a great driver. Unfortunately, today he's not going to be able to compete. Today, we're going to have that top 32 bracket for the seating to get into the show. There's 4 drivers that don't have to compete in that seating bracket. and then they're just going to be competing in the main show. So
Yeah, no reason for buy runs and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So for the people that have never seen drifting before, this is a judged motorsport. We got 3 judges out here that are familiar in the motorsports scene and drifting scene in Florida as well as in Formula Drift. When we were panning around, you got the 3-2-1 line there. By that one line, the final line, they had to initiate and going into the first outer zone. Now, what the judges are looking for is line, the speed, X factor, and as well as getting that angle right throughout the track. And
Well,
they have to get a 100% run. But now we're going to be getting that next lap, or the first lap of the day.
Yep, sending into the burnout box. We got Lewis coming on up.
Bob.
Nope, we're not starting this already. No. It's not going to catch on.
It's
No, I've been saying no this whole time, but it's fine. So Lewis coming on up. Actually, I need to pull up my bracket thing
Luis
here.
Romano and Rafael Villar. Luis Romano is with the number 56 on his car. And then you have Rafael Villar. He's going to be rocking the number 21 on the car. These guys have been competing throughout there. You got a Ford Mustang versus Chevy Corvette, American muscle battle here. I love seeing this out here. You've seen the Chevy Corvette now becoming more of the common car, competitive car in the drift scene. It's awesome to see nowadays, to see American muscle going and taking over, man.
I was just about to say the Corvette, but funny enough, we've been seeing a lot of SN95s coming in with the Mustangs, but here we got, what is this considered? Not a new Edge. That's, I forgot, some Mustang. Somebody in the chat, please let me know which kind of Mustang that is, because I forget which brand that is. But tires are warm. They're going to go off, and we're going to wait for these lights to come up.
Yeah, so it's great to see these the Mustangs and like you're saying, like more of the new Edge style. You got the SN95s going into.
Oh, did they mess up their position?
Yeah.
So they were trying to go for a lead chase there, and didn't realize they had it backwards, because Lewis is supposed to be in the lead while Rafael in the chase.
Actually, flip-flop. It's going to be Lewis in the chase.
I know, but I'm looking off the bracket.
Yeah, that's right. The bracket is a little flip-flop. But anyway, that Mustang, that chassis, I have a special place in my heart.
Okay.
First drift event I've ever been to in Wall Speedway. I was a big Von Gittin and Justin Pollock fan, and that's what they were rocking at Wall Speedway. It's so awesome to see people still drifting in that chassis. And then you have for Rafael.
Yeah, wow, does a lot of great work for U.S. drift circuit here, and making sure we look great.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to help or hurt sales, but we're selling these bad boys. I was wearing the pink one last time.
Yeah.
I was feeling this one a little bit today because more of the stadium vibes, so pretty excited.
Oh, man, and it's so cool to see this track from it's not only drifting. You have the crazy events here with, what was it, RVs going around the oval. It was awesome to see that kind of video on the YouTube on OSW. OSW does a great thing, not only for drifting, they got drag racing, they got motocross going on. But here we go. We have our first battle. You have Lewis in the chase.
Gapping him.
Wow, performance.
Oh,
no!
what is
That
going
huge
on?
correction. He's driving around the track. I don't know what is going on here.
So what we've got going on right now is just a really bad initiation. He tried to initiate, didn't fully commit to it. Running a banked system is hard. He's in the apron now and filling that zone, but obviously, funny enough, I don't know if the judges are going to deem the lead unchaseable before the chase car had messed up. I'd like to see the replay real quick, because obviously, not in an active chase, he just wasn't close.
Yeah.
But if he messed up before the lead car messed up, it's going to be a 0-0.
Yeah, so it goes into the fact of, like, you see him initiate, and then it's just he's straightened out. That chase driver is going to be like, oh no, is he going to hit the wall or not?
Right.
So
He initiated late too.
Oh yeah,
So
I was even talking about the 3-2-1 lines before that they have to initiate before that line. They have to be in an active drift before the end of that line.
And I didn't hear this in the drivers' meeting, but were the judges giving any preference to starting? Is so the first line they can initiate in the first line. They can't initiate before.
So they said they could initiate on the third line, and as long as they're still actively in drift and going into that first outer zone. But
let's go ahead and see what happens here. Hopefully we can get a clean run.
Yep, we got Luis Romano in the lead, and it looks like it was a straight line initiation.
Oh,
my
he's
goodness.
riding the wall. The Mustang looked like it's having a hard time also with initiation, so that's 2. I don't know if he fully zeroed, though, with a straighten, but he is trying. He's going on the outside of the line there, getting ready for this apron run. Both cars not throwing a whole lot of angle here till the end.
That's very unfortunate. That's actually not common for
No,
Rafael,
I was just about to say.
Like, Rafael usually is pretty on point when he's initiating. Maybe something's going on with his car. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
How Duarte is unfortunately not competing today. But
Are we getting replays by chance on the live stream? So we're going to wait for this, but I think we just heard from the judges. It is a 0-0. Both drivers double zeroed. So both their chase and their lead, they did not complete, which means we need to see this one more time. We are going to give the drivers the opportunity to change tires, but I don't know if they need it. These are lower horsepower cars. They're not like FD cars where they cannot, do more than 2 runs. So. Oh, but they are taking the option to replace their tires, so they are going to. Let's go ahead and see the next guys come out and, put it together.
And there's a familiar face out there in the yellow cap. He's going to be our interviewer. It's Chelsea Denofa. Dude is an absolute maniac.
Did you just after Chelsea Denofa?
You know what?
I have to point that out.
You know what? I could appreciate good drivers, and he's not even a good driver. He's an amazing driver. So
I've got some pretty strong opinions for Chelsea. He's an amazing driver.
he has a good taste of music too.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. What I will say though is I think on any given day Chelsea beats everybody out there. It's crazy.
I love his tenacity as well when you're talking about drifting. Drifting wise. Overall, Chelsea Denofa, he was known for rocking the BMW when he was first starting out, and then going into a Ford Mustang with the RTR. Car.
Yep.
And Vaughn Gittin is one of my he's probably in my Mount. He's definitely in my Mount Rushmore of drifters.
Okay. I was concerned with what you were saying there.
Yeah, I was trying to word it right so I don't get a bet.
So speaking of the SN95, like we were talking about, I believe it's a 95. It's the newer Mustangs.
Yes.
So going against Spencer. And Spencer just built a new car, really showing up the last year.
Yeah.
He's improved a whole lot, and really excited to see him keep coming out here.
Harry Spencer needs to get a beard oil sponsorship.
A beard oil sponsorship?
Magnificent. You've seen Harry? That thing is luscious going out there, but I don't know how he fits it underneath the helmet. It's insane. But you have him going against Paola Mota, an absolute gangster. Did I make you break, Dustin?
No, you didn't make me break. It's just every time I'm talking about cars, you're talking about something else.
Well, that's where it comes into. I love the cars, but I love explaining who the drivers are.
Yeah, for sure.
Giving everybody at home that's watching it that they're knowing that not only are these cars beautiful to see, but the people that are behind the wheels are busting their tails every day to get them competing. So you got Pablo Mota in the lead.
There's definitely no doubt these drivers are putting it together to come out here, run a full season, go to this final battle. I mean, this is the latest season, I think, for competition. Yeah. So they've all been doing other stuff. Harry drove clutch kickers as well.
Yes, he did.
I think 1 round. And then a lot of cool people, Pretty excited about it.
And you see
our track staff getting radio, making sure the drone's up in the air, all the fun stuff. Now, I will tell you, we will be going a little bit smoother here as the day progresses, so we are excited. The team, obviously, changing locations every time. We're not lucky enough to stay here, but Paola going in the lead here, and we are going to see Spencer not giving any space here for initiation. Bobbles a tiny bit there on initiation, cutting line just a tiny bit to get in there, but we got a great initiation with the lead car here, putting it together, comes out of the zone a little bit, but finding that inner clip nice looking good. Nice transfer. Oh, goodness, almost oversending, getting maybe lost in the smoke there. Something we see a lot with FD, but coming through, filling out that last inner zone. Both of them putting on a smoke show for us here. And we got our first run of the day with some points on the board. That's exciting stuff. So they're going to go ahead and switch positions now. Spencer's going to go in the lead. What do you think about that last run?
Paolo Mota did a great job on the initiation, but he came out of the first outer zone really early. And then Harry is behind him. The reason why, from what I'm seeing, he got lost in the smoke because Paolo Mota got left early. And you see him going into that, diving into that inner clip. He did a great job filling that out. Now Harry's trying to get out of that smoke. Paolo Mota overshoots that.
I was just about to say, I think it was more a mixture of the two things.
Yes.
Spencer was predicting him to get on that inner clip, and he didn't. And so it looks like there was more space there, but he comes out of that zone. Phil's there, perfect, but then we see him sit on the outside like you were just saying.
Yeah, so Harry was trying to commit to that chase run, but it was very unfortunate for Paolo Mota for making huge mistakes. But Harry Spencer in the lead when Paolo Mota in the chase with that Ford Mustang. Harry Spencer coming in with a nice little flick going to that first underzone, floating all the way to the wall, being an absolute maniac, getting really close to the wall in the beginning of that first outer zone, going to his first inner clip, diving off the bank, hitting that inner clip, transitioning to inner clip 2, trying to get it, touched it with that front bumper, and
stay in the zone.
Almost 3 tires off, but now he is just being an absolute monster smoke show. Paolo Mota is right there in the chase, but
Definitely,
he's very far behind on that.
I was going to say far behind, and I'm hoping Spencer didn't. You said 3 tires. I saw 1 to 2.
It's hard to see an
let's
angle
see,
to
but
this.
obviously stays in the zone a little bit longer than Paolo did. Comes in and gets this touch and go just barely, but filling it tons. And then right here we see him overshoot this, and this is what I want to see. Oh, that's 2 to 3 tires off.
Yeah, it's 2 to 3.
And then he was holding a tire off almost the entire zone, just a little too deep. It's what we're looking for is that they put down the box. Sorry, because I'm hearing stuff. The box here, but they do want to fill that zone all the way, just not overshoot it. And they're getting the point. And Harry Spencer gets the win. Beast Coast driver, automotive shop owner out there with Spencer's Automotive, Diesel, I believe, Diesel Repair. Great to see that. This is the seeding bracket, so we're going to see more of these 2 drivers, but we're going to go ahead and get on to the next battle.
Yeah, Harry, if you're looking lead versus lead with the drivers-wise, Harry, it seemed like Harry had more of a chaseable lead because especially when Paolo Mota makes that huge mistake and leaving the first outer zone early is going to be very unfortunate to a chase driver. But we got our next drivers here, Romulo Mesquita versus Nathaniel Jordan. Nathaniel Jordan, a driver out here, an absolute gangster throughout each round in that Mustang. And you have Romulo. Is that a BMW right there?
Check the levels, check.
Looks like a BMW to me.
Yeah, the back end tripped me out because it had like the R33 kind of style tail lights.
Yeah, something I want to jump back to just because we're not really doing a lot of replay stuff so far. Paolo on his chase there, one of the reasons he was so much farther back is he did light up his tires. So he was spinning tires, and it's really hard on this run up here. You've got to find your speed. You can't spin out. So seeing that in the comments, we definitely see you guys. You're more than welcome to comment up in there, and we're going to take a look every chance we get. But coming up on this one, excited to see. This Mustang has been putting it together.
Yes.
He absolutely showed up at Leadfoot, put it out there. One of the judges literally pointed him out twice in the drivers' meeting. He was like, that's the guy doing it. He's doing it in the lower horsepower car. So now he's on some nitrous and he's putting it together. So pretty excited about that.
We get a nice setup right here. And Nathaniel Jordan, a surprising driver for me because I haven't seen much of him throughout the Florida drift scene. I know he's been out there, but being present in a live event and seeing the style and acceleration and just being an actual animal on the track, he proved that point at Leadfoot City.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now we have him in the chase, and Romulo is going to be in the lead.
Yeah, it looks like he added some style to the Mustang, too.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
what else he changed, but it feels maybe like a new wing, a new bumper. I don't know what's going on, but it looks better.
Someone in the driver's meeting was like, you need nitrous next year.
Yeah. I thought he was on nitrous. That's what I thought I heard.
I don't know if he is on, but
If you're not, come find me. I ran nitrous this season. I can help you out.
so Nathaniel Jordan too. He was also deemed the up-and-coming driver from the drivers meeting.
Yeah, the little drivers meeting awards, which was pretty cool. Chris Jackson had some cool stuff going on and handing out some things.
So we do have track staff out there, but not only track staff is on the track. You also got the media people that does a fantastic job. You'll see them with the vest, the high-vis vest, the blues and the yellows in there. You know, see on the bottom of the screen. They go out there and they put their all out there just to make sure that these drivers get the perfect photos of going on that bank, or even to possibly get sponsorships in the future. Media
Absolutely.
people are a huge proponent in the drifting scene, and we always have to give them that kudos and commending. And then we have the track staff getting ready. You're going to put the lights on for the drivers.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a driver waiting for an interview with Harry with that win. And then we're also got our 2 drivers here. They did just do their burnouts a little bit ago now, so I'm not sure if we're going to let them do another one or what's going on exactly. Trying to find out what the holdup is.
Yeah.
What's up, Harry Spencer? Sick wall ride. Couple little mistakes there, but overall the win. How'd you feel out there?
Felt very comfortable, getting better and better on the wall ride. That's been one of my weaknesses this season, so I'm glad I'm getting better on that. I did mess up on second inner clip. Need to go a little bit more shallow to hold that line better. But other than that, I felt confident out there, man. I'm ready to go at it.
All right, we got the interview out of the way, and then we're having our...
Unfortunately, wasn't able to hear it on our end, so I really don't know exactly what they got to talk about. Getting a little bit of feedback here, too.
Yeah, a little feedback from the monitors out there. I apologize for the people that are listening on the track, but we have our next battle here. Getting ready. Is Romulo versus Nathaniel. Nathaniel is going to be in that Mustang, chasing down Romulo.
Absolutely. Now, I will say this is definitely a track that I like warming up my tires even when I'm practicing out here. So hopefully we'll let the drivers go back to the burnout box here.
Romulo's car is tripping me out.
Really?
Yeah, that's...
You don't like it being cut up?
No, it's just, it looks... So the front, from this camera angle, it kind of looks like an Altezza.
Mm-hmm.
Just the angle, but when he goes around the track, it's when I see those headlights, I'm like, yeah, it's a BMW. But it's definitely interesting. I do see...
They're probably just missing its fender. And
yeah, that's...
Or it's black.
Maybe that.
Actually, I think it is. I think it's a black fender because I can see the sun reflecting off the top of it.
Dustin saw me like really look close at the monitor. And,
Just trying to help.
No, you're good, man. I appreciate it. That's what you're here for. You are the technical advisor of US Circuit this year.
Good. Technical advisor.
That's. I'm the guy. I'm a huge fan. We talk about it quite a bit throughout the season. I'm a huge fan of drifting. Been watching for a long time, and having someone like you on board on commentary is fantastic. Especially you drive itself. You did clutch kickers.
Yep.
You've driven the layouts of US Drift Circuit plenty of times. We were talking about the sponsors for the stream, how you've actually used those parts as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
like some of the sponsors, obviously, Wisefab. I've been driving with Wisefab Angle for a couple of years now. KBD body kits, making sure I look clean, even though I like to hit some walls every now and then. I mean, they're durable. I think we were making jokes earlier. Where, I'll do my impersonation of voice. Hold on. KBD, built tough. You hit it against concrete, it's fine. You know, the commercials you guys are going to see a couple times. So, Kenda Tires obviously ran those for years. OMP was actually lucky enough to use their helmets and equipment for all my passengers throughout the season and stuff like that, or any of the fun events like Fuel Fest. I actively run Redline inside my transmission. Taxi Garage, I actually have 3 crazy carts. So, I mean, everything US Drift Circuit is about. Everybody they're partnered with, I actually work pretty closely with. The only person I haven't worked with, lucky enough yet, is Link ECU. But, you know, maybe we'll change that.
Yeah, well, it's awesome to see the people that support a series like enough. Drifting is not new, but it's new compared to other motorsports out there.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, is a lot of the parts, though, and a lot of the things that support drifting support everything. BC coilovers. You get coilovers for a Mazda. I mean, everything's there. But here we go. Coming on down. Your favorite car. Taking a nice initiation if you want to take off with it.
Coming in for that first outer zone, Romulo is getting, he goes midline of the bank and then transitioning into that first inner clip, going into that, man, huge bobble, going to inner clip 2. Really, really shallow line throughout each zone of the track, but able to complete a lap. Nathaniel Jordan is struggling behind, but maybe it's this is where we talk about chaseable lead. Yeah, so when you look at that, and you do have to mimic your lead driver, and it's very difficult when you are ready and prepared to run the line. Yep. But funny enough, one of our judges, Rad Dan, was talking about this, and he was saying you have to let them run their lead. If their lead is wrong, it's wrong, but you still need to chase it. Yes. So, yes, ideally know where they're going to go, but in reality, you have no idea. They could be at the bottom of the track like he was. You got to be there with him. That's what's got to happen. So obviously putting 3 tires off to try to chase him is not what we want to see out of the Mustang. So that's going to be difficult to come back from. So even though there was a very large mistake on the lead, I don't know if it's a 0. We do have an initiation. We do have a big bobble, but I don't see a straighten. No. I don't think I saw tires off from him. Where we've got the chase going off tires, and 2 tires off on the middle transition there. But here, let's go ahead and see what this Mustang can do on the lead. Here's Nathaniel Jordan coming in with a huge weight transfer. Going to tapping the wall. A little bit of tap of the wall. It looks like he's driving straight. Oh, mercy. He almost goes straight into the wall. It looked like he was going to smack right into it, but he's able to get back into drift, going into that inner clip 2. Now he's going to outer zone 2, smacking the outer zone clip. And my, oh my, that bumper is hanging on for dear life. Yeah, but I mean, talk about a good chase, though. Ultimately did a great job going after him here in that last zone. I will say it looked like he was about to plow into him in the middle of first outer zone. I mean, when we see that transition, he was on it, going through, and then comes in and almost dives in on him right when he does that. But he was already going off track, so he's 2 tires off on that chase, same spot. And when we looked at the transition, he actually was 2 tires off in the middle of the track, too. So the judges are going to have a hard time here. But look at it. Yeah, like you were saying, smack in that. He is tires off. It's an IS300, by the way. I told you, it was tripping me out. I'm like, it's funny. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and see. Oh, and talking about it, they get the win. That's fantastic to see. You got Romulo Mesquita getting the win, moving on to the bracket. He's going to be battling it out with Marcio Jr. And now we got John Temple, the Rocket Man, versus Ryan Kaufman, the mad scientist over there in Holy cow. You want to talk about seeing a battle that we are going to see later in this event. These 2 drivers have been throwing down for years. Lucky enough to have Ryan out here in his pro car, too, I believe. They're very hard to tell the difference. So, yeah, it's great. Ryan Kaufman won last year. He is in actual FD. You're going to see Louis Lantz and Ryan Kaufman are going to be prospect drivers that are competing today. Speaking of Louis Lantz, he is not driving his Corvette today. He's actually driving a BMW. The first time he's driving a TJZ. Oh. Well, dude, changing up cars and competition's so much fun. I never drove an S chassis or an LS, and I did both in clutch kickers. Yeah, normal stuff. I was talking to Louis in the ACS Discord. The reason why I bring that up, they actually modeled this track, and the Geronimo Designs uses laser scanning. So every millimeter that's on this track is on that sim, and the
Yeah,
Seto Corsa is fantastic.
Yeah, you were telling me. They really do a really good job
Yeah.
on those. I don't get enough practice in with the sim. I really should use mine more. Gotta contact the HQ boys and
Yes.
get some help out there
You
with
got
my stuff.
Drift HQ, they have their
Sim HQ, yep.
and that's a year old now, and they've been flourishing there. You got
Yep.
Taxi Garage right there. Ryan has an Insta on the back window, and he's just been absolute killer. I love seeing him drive too, because watching him drive and Nick Ward, it's fun.
No, Nick Ward. Funny enough, when they were both battling the one year, you know, but they're phenomenal. The two of them are insanely good at what they do. They run a really cool shop, obviously, down there with Taxi Garage. I actually got to tour the facility not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. So I went down to Miami and I saw them on the way, and really, really great stuff. They actually keep expanding, keep doing the carts, and I mean the coolest carts in the world. I got to drive them, and we're actually going to probably put some content out here soon.
Heck yeah. Well, you got Ryan Kaufman with the Taxi Garage livery, FC RX-7 right there, and then you have John Temple. You see that combat tan, the Rocket Man.
Yeah.
The reason why I call him that, he's got a pinup girl on top of his roof.
Yeah, very veteran-inspired
Yes.
vibe, you know, because obviously he is.
But here we go. Ryan Kaufman in the lead. The Rocket Man chasing him down. The Pro Spec driver going into that first outer zone. Hit that first outer zone. Oh, mercy. You see John Temple getting aggressive.
Surging.
Going in all the way through that first outer zone. Diving into interclip 1. Good fill out from Ryan Kaufman.
Phenomenal
Snapping right into angles
transition.
to interclip 2. Now John has to get right into that pocket. He needs to reel him in, get more close proximity, because Ryan Kaufman will chase down that door, but beautiful.
This is what we like to see. Two really competitive drivers on this takeoff. You can see how they're not spinning those tires. You don't see smoke. We see the little bit later initiation, but immediately charging in and filling that space. I mean, what a great job. We could ask maybe a little bit more on angle, but like I don't think he'd be able to catch up with it if he didn't have it. Coming across on this transition here, great transition, perfectly timed, and then you just see him like kind of pop out. I don't know if he just didn't clutch in or this tire's just kept a little bit too much wheel speed, but he's backed up just a tiny bit right there, and that's where that space came from in that last
I
final.
do want to talk about like going off the bank. If you see Ryan Kaufman coming out of that first outer zone, you'll see going off the bank, he does have a correction there. You see him diving in, and then you see, whoop, right there, and then going back in.
So that's the famous OSW bump.
Yeah.
Okay, so the judges, all of them have driven this. We know it's there. It is a part of the track. It is a part of the fun of this. This is what you're going to see, a lot of three-wheeling and stuff like that. But coming out, John Temple in the lead, and we're going to go ahead and see what Ryan says. So nice transition, initiation, I mean, coming on up. Not quite the dive, but sitting on that similar proximity. John Temple filling that line the whole time, coming on through, getting into the center, touch and go, transitioning, throwing some angle, grabbing the next one, doing a great job, both of them. And Ryan is just in the smoke screen, putting the pedal to the metal, catching up, and what an amazing run. Those two deserve your round of applause for sure.
Rocket Man coming out here, just being an absolute animal.
So the only real thing, so difference on initiations, he was being an animal. We see Ryan go ahead and do his transition. He just sits there right in that proximity, keeps the angle though, which is what we were talking about with John Temple. John Temple on the line, but staying in the zone too. Ryan did come out of the zone in the end there. Coming around, we see both transitions. Dude, perfect. Like rewatching this is always so good. Getting lost a little bit in the smoke and maybe possibly dropping a tire on Ryan, but with that smoke screen, it's almost impossible to know. But
John
yeah,
Temple, absolute killer. And I remember the first time me talking to him, and he jumped on the sim, and it was the OSW round. He's been running this on the sim often. He's been absolute an animal going into his first interclip. Transitioning is really clean, huge angle right there in the interclip too. And then he was a little bit, not late, but he was shallow compared to Ryan Kaufman on the outer zone too. So the judge
we're nitpicking, and that's the thing with Judge Sports. It's very difficult. Both those drivers did an amazing job. Both those drivers against anybody else, who knows what would have happened, you know?
Yeah.
But this is why it's a judge sport. This is why it's so difficult. The judges are still deliberating, trying to figure out what things they can put points on or take points off from. But right now we are going to have Joel getting his car ready in there with a Bill as well. So pretty excited to see this one. We've got some BMW action coming up. Sounds really good. So this car burned down. Joel's car burned down in Canada. Hold on, I think I'm hearing from the judges. You can take that.
And it looks like the judges have made a decision. Ryan Kaufman gets the win and moves on, but we're going to see John Temple later on in the main show.
Absolutely. Now, just so you guys know, normally the winner would drive off first. We are trying to get interviews with our winners for the live stream, obviously, like you had seen earlier with Chelsea Denofa. So we are asking them to go in that order. So when you're looking at your screen, don't be like, wait a minute, who won? He's still the winner.
Those are our two champions from the last 2 years.
Yeah, but apparently they want to verse each other on the screen. So
so throughout the years I've been commentating live. I came from the sim to live motorsports, and it just doesn't. It's so more thrilling because you're seeing the personality behind them right in the pit, and just having a conversation. If you're ever at the track during these Pro-Am series or even the Pro Series, have a conversation with these drifters. They'll have a good time interacting with you. It's awesome. Great motorsport. But I think I see Chelsea Denofa squatting down next to Ryan Kaufman.
So we're going to go to an interview with Chelsea
We're here with
Denofa.
Ryan Kaufman, longtime homie. That was a pretty tight battle there. You had a little wash coming off the bank, but your chase was definitely a lot more calculated. How'd you feel out there?
I feel great. I'm just out here to send it heads up. I got no crew, no spotter. We're just doing like what the rally drivers used to do back in the days, just send it heads up and just see what we do.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some merit in that. Sometimes you do your best driving when you don't exactly know every little detail, and you can just focus on being the best you can be.
Yeah, I just want to push myself and see what I got. And a lot of the drivers here have really leveled up, so I think this is a great place to do it.
Hell yeah, dude. Have fun.
As we see him send him off, we have the next battle coming out.
A green and white BMW versus a green and white BMW.
We got Joel Garcia. He's going to be in that Drift HQ BMW. Bill, the Godfather Stinger.
Yep. You love him.
That dude is an absolute gangster in the Florida drifting scene. But you see Joel Garcia going into that first out of zone, but he's barely touching it with that one tire. And look at Bill Stinger. Bill Stinger coming out here, getting some X factor in with huge angle. Now he's going to try to reel him in this power alley. He is losing that proximity a lot. But you see Joel Garcia just absolutely taking him to Gapplebees. I don't know if that's a power issue or if it was actual something going on with the
I
lead.
think it's coming down with Joel. Got the car settled. It wasn't really where it needed to be at the end of the first outer zone, but he did get the car settled and had a great transition in the power alley. So we can see this initiation here coming around. Big angle flick coming over, and Godfather right on him, and then just starts kind of falling back a little bit. Obviously, we're not seeing him fill the zone at all, actually, for most of that run there. Grabs the touch and go, but you can see the angle difference where the Godfather's throwing bigger angle there and Joel's not, so that's going to cause that big gap. It's difficult to pick what you're going to need to do, but I mean, definitely going to be a lot there. We see two tires off as well. So,
all right, we're going to see them line up. So if you guys haven't noticed, for the people that are brand new to drifting, each driver has a lead lap and a chase lap, and that's where the judges will determine who had the better lead, and they'll score it that way, and then they'll figure out who had the better chase, and that's how they determine the winner. But these guys absolutely love the sport enough. You see Bill Singer out here with his family, and he's just smiling. And we call him the Godfather because he's the OG over here.
If you've ever been to what you think a cool, what is it called, pregame or tailgating?
Yeah.
This is pro tailgating out here. All right, this is professional level tailgating.
That's perfect.
They got the food, they got the drinks, they got the chairs, they got the everything.
Look at him. Look at the Godfather. I think he's waving to his kids out there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is.
That.
Yeah, and they both got a lot of experience now. Joel has been doing a lot. He's been competing out of country. Like I was saying, his car did burn down, unfortunately. There's viral video of it going out and lighting on fire. He didn't even light on fire. It was at the shop, and there was a fuel leak, and the car got started, and it burned the car to the ground, but it's been rebuilt. But here we go with the Godfather coming on out. Joel with a little bit of space there, spinning some tires, transitioning, and coming up. He's going to try to get him out front, brake dragging on Joel, trying to go ahead and slow and rotate that car around. Not filling the zone. zone out here either. Getting the touch and go. Joel, you can see, not throwing all that angle. He's able to slide right in after him. Coming up, both of them hitting that zone. Joel trying to match some angle and just kind of wiggle his way on into the pocket and gets right on him there at the end and sticks with him through the center of the track. Wow. We love to see it. The judges are going to have a little bit of a hard time on that one with some stuff here, obviously, on this replay.
And it comes down to Joel wasn't sleeping on the line, but then Bill did a great job getting that momentum and carrying it through that first outer zone, but he did fall out of the outer zone 1, but then fills out the inner clip 1 beautifully, transitioning to inner clip 2, and then getting that angle settled and going all the way through. Now you're talking about Joel getting that nice proximity there. If you have a great lead, it's going to make that chase driver look even better.
Yeah. So I will say it looks like both drivers had a really hard time running the bank wall. I don't know if it's just familiarity with it or cars, but, you know, it happens. And Joel's really just trying to catch him here and does a great job doing it, obviously, on that transition in the center and the power alley. So pretty exciting stuff.
And it looks like the Godfather gets the win. Bill Stinger is moving on this bracket. And you have our one more time battle coming up. Luis Romero and Rafael Villar.
Big redemption moment for both these guys, obviously. That was a weird way to start it.
Yeah.
Both drivers were just a little off, and I'm sure we're going to see drastically different driving here.
Oh, yeah. They're probably trying to loosen up the car a little bit, maybe to get.
We're probably going to jump over to Chelsea here for a in-driver interview.
You see Chelsea. He's so casual with everything. He's smiling, and he's about to possibly get ready for this interview. There he is.
Yep, so just waiting for one of the camera guys to get out there. He's coming off of a position.
Okay.
So we are going to go ahead and actually jump into the first battle here, or our review.
Yeah, so we're going to go one more time. We're going to see the first lap, then do the interview with Bill. You got the wow.
Yep. And cool, very cool Drift HQ blimp there.
Blimp?
It's not a blimp. It's an inflatable, like, what do you call that? A balloon gate?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. We got Rafael in the lead, going in initiation, and it looks like Lewis just falls behind completely. Rafael, there's something going on with Lewis.
Yeah, something's
stressful.
Rafael needs to complete this run, though. Go ahead and have a clean run. Keep the tires in, the lines, and fill the zones out. He looks a million times better than what we saw on the first on this here. Ends up going, looks like 2 tires off at the end, but a complete run, hopefully.
That's unfortunate. He gets gapped right off the line.
Something might be going on, but we're going to go to Chelsea for the interview here.
All right, we're here with Bill. You've been driving for a long time, but you did a little bit of a hiatus there. How's it feel to get back behind the wheel?
Oh, man, it's so great. It's so much fun. We got the kids over there. They're having a ball. I'm super rusty. I still feel that way. But it's still fun. As long as I can shake the nerves a little, that I'm not as calm as I used to be. But it's so much fun. It's just the most fun. Dragging the family with us.
Yeah, I have not experienced that, but it looks like you're having a ton of fun, and you look super calculated in lead run. Probably one of the better lead runs I've seen today.
That's fantastic because that was only our 4th run today, and that was the best one. So
well, you'll get some more and live on, so have fun.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right, and here we go for our second round or battle here. We're going to go ahead and switch places, put the Mustang in the lead. Now, I am hoping that he shook it off the nerves. The car is perfect, and he's going to go ahead and put together a great lead run here for the judges and us. If you're that Corvette, though, I don't know if you're going to try to play it safe and give some space. Not quite sure what the game plan is, but let's go ahead and see. A late initiation, down, putting almost 2, so 1 on there. It looks like the Corvette's just running his own line here. Just going to go ahead and take that run. The Mustang going ahead and filling in this outer zone. I mean, we are almost a full zone apart here between the Mustang and the Corvette.
Man, oh man, this is very unfortunate to see, and you see he's so shallow on that. He's going all.
I will say the WoW Corvette rode the wall beautifully. What a great lead run that would have been. Oh, they pointed. Did they announce the winner?
They announced the winner.
The Corvette gets the win.
That is Rafael Villar.
And so he is driving off first. I guess he's not wanting to do the interview. Oh, nope, he's going to try to stop. Obviously, we try to have it to where we can get the cars in.
It looks like they're driving off now.
Yep.
We're going to see our next battle. Our next battle here is going to be heavy hitters here in Florida. We got Luis Lance.
Okay.
El Gato.
Okay.
Versus Sasha Ironsides.
No, dude. We are getting some lucky early battles here. Luis Lance and Sasha Prospero. Holy cow. These drivers have been putting it together for years now.
Oh, yeah.
Lewis obviously making it happen, going over to FD like Ryan. We've also got Sasha putting it together and been running Pro-Am now a couple years and really just killing it. I mean, killed it at Fuel Fest. I think you got a win there. Pretty sure. What's going on, Tony? You fixing your hair?
My hair. It looked like I had a pom-pom, bro.
Got to make sure the hair looks good, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so two amazing drivers. I've had the pleasure to drive with both of them. They are phenomenal. Now, this is what we were talking about. Lewis is in the Drift HQ rental. The BMW. That is a phenomenal car. We actually got to see it when it debuted. I think it was South Carolina.
I had a face on camera because I thought Sasha was going to smack that wall.
Oh, no.
In the bob.
What's going on with the BMW?
So, let's put it this way. Lewis this is his first time competing with a 2JZ motor.
Okay.
For the people at home, and you're the tech advisor, running a LS versus a 2JZ.
Turbo car.
Yeah, completely opposite sides of the spectrum. What was the one thing you would say that for Lewis, for people that are at home, would understand?
So I can't speak too much. I got very little time driving a turbo car. I've borrowed my teammate Camel's car. I've drove a turbo car, though. I have a Turbo Miata. There's a little bit of lag, but with Drift HQ, they really set it up to where it's in power and it likes to be in power. But I'm pretty sure there's an issue. Something's going on with the car, or something's going on that maybe he just doesn't know how to settle with the car. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on, but Sasha is going to go up to the line. Lewis will have to call a 5. I don't know if he wants to use it in seating bracket. I'm not sure if he has a 5 for seating and for competition. So he has 2. So he can use his 5 here. Obviously, he's going to do that. And we're going to probably jump over to our interview with Chelsea DeNova. While they get the camera ready to do that, we're going to go ahead and talk about our sponsors. We were talking earlier how BC has coilovers that are used on everything. I'm sure that you've had BC coilovers on something that you've owned, right?
Not particularly.
Oh, my bad. I thought you did.
So I'm a huge fan of the motorsport. I've never even been in a drift car.
You never been in a drift car?
Never been in a drift car.
Okay, we're going to change that, man. We're going to get you in my drift car. Okay, we're going to go for a drive.
I do drive the sim occasionally, and I do have a wheel set up and everything, but never been in a drift car passenger seat.
Or driver's seat.
Or driver's seat.
Okay.
But
I thought you'd at least been a passenger. All right, we're going to grab this interview now. To Chelsea DeNova.
All right, I'm here with Rafael, who won the last battle. You are pretty new to drifting, and also you only got a couple of laps practice. So how did you feel out there, and how exciting is it to get the win?
Man, I'm super excited. First time doing an official battle, and first time doing Pro-Am. The bank is very challenged, so very, very happy with the results. I want to thank Fuzera High Hab team, to the support, Zerk Nova, and the whole Coltron team to help me through that, and hoping we got more wins today.
Congratulations on winning your first battle ever. Not many drivers can say that, so that's pretty rad. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good luck.
All right, we have Chelsea Denilfoot sending off our previous winner.
And we're going to let Sasha off the track because obviously the 5-minute call was called to figure out the Drift HQ car with Lewis. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And can we just
and it looks like we'll possibly we're going to get a word from our sponsors while we get Lewis set it up and getting situated, and then we'll get towards the top 16 of the bracket.
Hey, Steven, do you guys have a problem with having cars lined up over there? Prices on the website are going to increase. Now, it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week. So now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell, and that's how the tech.
Hayden Williams, running his buy run here. And this is where we could talk about how the layout and how these drivers should be driving it. And he's doing a fantastic job, doing a great smoke show, getting an angle.
Oh, overcooks it.
Overcooked, but he's able to get into that first and second outer zone. Looks like maybe flirting with that back line there. But before, this is a great segue going into it. Before years, it was qualifying runs they would do.
Yep.
Now it's seeding brackets, so you get more battles.
Yes.
And qualifying runs, it's very similar on the judging side. They're trying to figure out of 100, what is that run? So going through that whole run with Hayden, did a great job filling it out just to get the bye run to go into the next battle coming out in this bracket. And we're going to be talking about our sponsors here for U.S. Drift Circuit. You got Redline Synthetic Oil, Autosports Engineering, Drift HQ, Kenda Tires, BC Racing, Kansei Wheels, OMP, Taxi Garage, Link ECU, and many, many more here that help support this series. And we have a lot of people out here supporting it. The live stream from Outlaw Network TV is fantastic. You got the Veterans Trust, who gets veterans to motorsports and getting them in a passenger seat for the drift cars. It's been absolute pleasure with all the sponsors here. And with that tow truck driver, he is having to go off track. We do have 2 drifting areas going on. You have the fun run areas, which is the skid pad on the backside of OSW here. And if you're seeing smoke screens and smoke out there in the background, that's usually the fun runs happening. They have tandems, 2-3 cars going at the same time.
Yep.
And this is where a lot of events happen. You have the Black Friday event that was last, where it was the King of OSW going on. And you have our next battle here, Harry Spencer
Jackson Webb
versus Jackson Webb. That was Lee.
Huh?
That was Lee driving before.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because Duarte's car, you said, blew up.
Duarte's car blew up. And
That's unfortunate.
We're
It's what happens when you ask a lot out of everything. So, like, when you're putting everything to the max, eventually the max breaks things.
He was telling me that he had ran like 30 laps in that BMW a couple of days ago just to shake out everything.
And it was fine.
It's fine. And then first lap today.
So, funny enough, I did almost a full day on the dyno.
Yeah.
Getting my car figured out. First lap on nitrous, blue cylinder 1.
Oh.
So it happens.
Here we go. Jackson Webb, Harry Spencer. Harry Spencer in the chase. Jackson Webb in the lead with that Chevy Corvette. That Chevy Corvette going inside first out of zone, being able to get that nice fill out and getting that midline, then hitting that outer cone, going into that first center clip. Harry
Spencer throwing some angle.
Oof, and he goes off track a little bit, but you have our man Jackson Webb getting right to that second outer zone.
Oh, no.
Harry Spencer, a huge correction going to outer zone 2 as we finish this lap here.
Not sure what's going on there. So Harry Spencer, normally a really consistent driver. Not sure if something happened where he just hit something weird, the car reacted. I'd love to go to the replay here. Yeah, here we go. So the Corvette a little bit further out in this initiation. Harry cuts a little bit of the line trying to catch up. Corvette doing an amazing job, sitting right where he needs to be, almost on the wall, fills the zone out, but then drops a tire. Fills it. Harry just throws a little bit too much angle and then doesn't transition at the right time looking. And then here almost looks like he was almost straight, so he had to reinitiate a little bit, a little extra clutch kick. He was trying to chase him down. It just didn't work.
Our guys are going to switch out tires. We're going to wait for them to get sorted out here.
I'm literally hearing the radio go through that's this side over here, because they have to, Chris actually told them to turn all the way up.
It's going to be Marcio Jr. coming up to the line. Ramulo Mesquita is going to be chasing him down as we're going to get these drivers getting on the track and doing the burnout box here shortly. Man, oh man. We're gonna get these guys situated. We're gonna get the drivers some tire changes. We're getting them ready. Here they come onto the track. Got that Lexus. Ramulo. Marcio Jr. doing a good job this year. And getting situated. They're going to go into the bob. Right, Dustin?
Yes. But you know what? At this point, I'm going to let you have it. It's the final round. You want to call it the bob, you can call it the bob. Jeez. Obviously, a huge apology there. Definitely not what we want for our drivers or our track staff. Obviously, we are not going to let something happen like that again.
No, it's a...
But moving on.
Yeah, we're going to get to...
We're just doing big burnouts. I wish the camera was on the car doing a rolling burnout.
That's Marcio Jr.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
I love that chassis right there. And you have him look at that cap. that he's doing. So you have the line there. You see
Yep.
him doing that running start a little bit.
And it gives him an opportunity to do this, where you're on power on a little bit faster car, and you're able to do, oh my gosh, doing a great job, honestly, with him. He is a little low, but like doing phenomenal there for a bit, coming out of the zone a little bit earlier, but holy cow, the lead car making it look easy. Chase car is battling himself, it looks like, in the car, trying to make it do something it doesn't want to do. Lead car, nice, settled, good angle. That's what the judges are looking for. If you need to look at a lead run, that's the one to reference.
Wow, that was beautiful. And we're going to see this replay here. Marcio Jr. doing great this season as well for who his caliber is in that S chassis. Going into that first outer zone, getting that shallow line, now able to go all the way close to the wall from what we see from the smoke, but filling that whole zone out. Hitting that first inner touch and go, and then transitioning to inner touch and go 2, and then going to the outer zone 2. Beautiful fill out, real smooth like butter. And then all the way through outer zone 2. And you have Romulo in the chase. It looked like you were saying, he was struggling with the speed. He did have that running start a little bit. That's what usually drivers have if they know they're under power. But he was really, really low on that bank. It's going to be a crucial mistake, especially when you're talking about Judge Motors.
So what happens? Oh, 3 tires off, too, on the transition, which I didn't notice the first time. Yeah, no, definitely not what the judges are looking for on that chase there. I think he did a great job off the line, though, to get it this early initiation.
And, yeah, he was.
Yeah, because if he would have stayed just here and was able to stick it out, but I think the car just cut power, fuel, something prevented it from staying. You can see him do an e-brake grab there, trying to make something happen, a re-clutch kicking, and a bobbling, forcing it to just not go straight.
And now we have them lining up right there.
Yep, the track still has the truck on it currently.
Yes, we have the truck on track, and we have the cars, the drivers wait and stand by right here. But look at this fill out on outer zone 2. Absolutely gangster.
Yep.
All the way through, and able to fill all the way out to that outer zone 2 was a great job from Marcio Jr. Marcio Jr. in the pits, always getting absolutely underneath the hood and doing what he needs to do. You got that tow truck driver coming back on track as well, so that's why we're getting a little pause here and watching this replay a little bit more. But that huge bobble from Romulo is it's going to be a big mistake. Here we go. You see the track staff pointing at the drivers. Marcio Jr., Romulo Mesquita. Romulo is in the lead in the Lexus as he is coming in with a more straight line approach, but then he's falling down on the bank, and he's able to at least continue that drift all the way through. It looks like he's floating. Oh,
Yep,
he's
you see
able
him
to hit
angle
that
up
inner
and
touch and go.
Yep.
Then going to inner touch and go 2, he's a little too deep into that. Going into outer zone 2 and able to fill it out. But my, oh my, Marcio Jr. doing a great job mirroring the lead.
So I was going to say, Marcio, he decided I'm going to give him some space.
Yeah.
He thinks that he had a better lead. I don't know if he's got radios in there or not, what's going on. But here on this, we can see he says, I'm going to be close if I need to be. Transitions, mirrors, a little bit later than him, but like just in time, and then sees that he's down there, and he does what he's supposed to do, mirrors the run. So much so that we can see here, he even goes where I just think that was a little bit more of a swing that he needed to, and he did it. Goes off the track there because that's where the other driver led him. So the judges are going to go that direction, obviously. And the judges are saying Pikachu gets the win in the S14. Judges are smiling.
Marcio Pikachu Jr. is getting the win. I expect next season to have a yellow S14 this time.
No, we've been using that nickname Pikachu for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
have you?
Yeah.
They've been saying so this is the first. I think this is the first time.
I think I said it once. Yeah, we haven't been close to the judges actually all season.
No.
So Yeah, no, pretty excited. Hopefully there's nothing going on with his car. But the judges, obviously, they are here for the love of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys all live, breathe, and sleep drifting. They've been doing this for years. Some of them more than others, not looking at any of them in particular. But
look at Chelsea Denofa slowing him down. You got Pikachu getting ready to get interviewed with him.
I will say, Harry might be a little bit older, but he is jacked. That guy could break me in half, all right? So I'm going to be nice to him.
What?
The judge.
Oh. I was talking about Chelsea Denofa.
I know, so sorry.
And you threw me off.
Sorry.
I heard half of that.
Yeah, my bad.
If you see him in the pits, make sure you ask him about Sweden.
He loves talking about Sweden. Okay, we're going to keep having side conversations with the judges. I need to stop doing this because we're going to do this the whole stream. You guys are going to understand at all what we're talking about. The judges over here now making faces at us. So we are shooting over to the interview now with Chelsea Denofa.
Oh.
Fala, Júnior. Perguntar aqui.
Oh,
Em português?
not Chelsea Denofa.
Ok. Fala, estamos aqui com o Júnior. E aí, Júnior, como é que você se sentiu lá na pista?
Cara, pra mim é um prazer enorme estar competindo aqui nos Estados Unidos, ainda mais nessa pista que eu vejo desde criança. Então, pra mim é uma satisfação enorme estar correndo aqui, estou muito feliz, é uma realização de um sonho. Queria aproveitar e já mandar um abraço para todo mundo que está torcendo aí do Brasil. Não falo inglês, então tenho que estudar um pouquinho mais para as próximas etapas. Mas fala isso que eu falei, os brasileiros já entenderam, mas fala inglês. Faça o que eu falei.
He said it's a dream to drive here. He's been seeing this track like all the way since he was a kid. So it's a dream for him to be here. He's thanking all the Brazilian fans that are watching here right now. E agora, quais são os seus objetivos pro resto da competição?
Então agora a gente vai descer ali pro box, ver se está tudo certo com o carro. A gente veio com um carro um pouco melhor do que das últimas etapas, fizemos algumas melhorias. Então o nosso objetivo, a gente treinou bastante no simulador também. Então vamos tentar aí levantar o troféu mais alto e o lugar mais alto do pódio.
He said that now he's gonna check everything with the car, and he hopes that from now on everything's gonna be fine. Thank you, man.
That was great.
Next battle coming up. You got Ryan Kaufman, last year's champion, versus Zach Chin, a up-and-comer, new guy, has a following on his YouTube channel. And Sebring, the last round of Sebring was his anniversary of drifting. First year anniversary
Really?
of drifting. Yes.
Wow.
Another thing.
It's his daily driver.
That too.
Sorry, I just had to add that fact. I knew you were going to say something else.
He was working with a broken arm last round.
Yeah.
Absolutely animal.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never tried to drive with a broken arm before, but I have a broken pinky and a broken pinky.
Yeah.
Both on my right side. I have a broken hand pinky. I broke the knuckle, and my toe is broken for the last 2 rounds of stuff, and they just won't heal because I keep messing them up.
So I'm not going to ask about the hand pinky, but the toe pinky, is it like you hitting the corner of the end table? Or?
No, I was swapping my motor at Clutch Kickers in the middle of the night and dropped some stuff on it.
Oh, no, that's...
Yeah, and then I had to go drive the very next day with 1 hour of sleep.
You are the example of that SpongeBob episode with Patrick in the background. Your spotter was saying, big, gonna be battling it out. He's gonna be in the chase with Zach Chin.
Oh, goodness. Making me laugh out here. Man,
this one thing I love about the sport is it's not the same with other motorsports, like you got F1 and so on and so forth, but with drifting, we just love the sport. Everybody here. You go to the pits, we're all having a good time. You see a bunch of people, especially like Carlos. He's there with basically like a toy drive, so he could Ford Mustang, and then Zach Chin is able to get to that wall, rubbing that back. I think that scared him a little bit, made him correct it.
Just came off the gas a little bit.
And able to fill that out. Look at Ryan Kaufman now hunting down that door. Gonna rub that tire on that back quarter panel. Points to outer zone 2. Look at Ryan Kaufman, absolutely maniacal, like a surgeon.
Wow. What a great job by both drivers. Honestly, a year drifting just a couple months ago, to be able to go hack this wall, initiate in on it. He didn't immediately initiate, but he went and found it, and he kind of backed off a little bit because he's like, oh crap, I'm touching it. Found the zone at the end there again. Good transition here, but really close to the line with a snappy transition. Not really sure what the judges exactly were looking at. Unfortunately, I missed the first drivers meeting where they went over a lot of the stuff on what exactly they're looking for, but Ryan Kaufman, holy cow, we know why you have a license.
Yeah,
holy cow.
It's just cool too, especially when you're seeing this, when he's transitioning from interclip 1 to 2. And there's multiple different ways to slow down your car, but you see Ryan Kaufman using more angle to slow his momentum down. But you see Zach Chin now is going to be chasing down the Taxi Garage FC as they're going to that first out of zone. Ryan Kaufman doing what he does, and he's able to fill out that first out of the zone, able to go all the way through, almost rubbing that back bumper on that wall, and then Zach Chin is trying to chase him down, and he's falling behind. Looks like he's going a little bit too wild on that line, chasing him down, but look at Ryan Kaufman. Picture perfect.
So this is what comes with experience, right?
Yeah.
Running a bank, okay? He did a great job on this initiation. Holy cow. Comes around a little bit of a bad initiation, but right here, this charge, if he just would have planted it back and held there was a moment of glory right there, and he can hold his head high after that. No matter what, going against Ryan Kaufman, that is not going to be an easy person to go against. The judges have made a decision, and it is Ryan Kaufman with the win, doing an amazing job. Like you said, putting on a clinic like a surgeon.
That's going to be his nickname.
Surgeon? You called him mad scientist earlier.
He's surgical.
You don't even know what to say.
That's how
he's a machine. He's a machine.
We got James the Machine Dean, though. We can't.
Well, he wants to be one. He wants to be. It looks like he waved off Chelsea Donofa. He said he does not want to do an interview. So we're going to go ahead and get our next two cars in here to the burnout box.
Man, Ryan is amazing to watch. Same thing with Nick. Nick, I love watching him drive. I've seen previous rounds and previous seasons with him. But Ryan Kaufman, the reason why I say mad scientist, I think we're going to stick with mad scientist, but even though he's surgical with it, because he kind of, with Taxi Garage, he also has his background with the engineering side too.
Right.
So I think mad scientist would definitely fit for him. We have, that's Hayden. That's Hayden, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. This is why I get confused with those two cars.
Well, they're both red Mazda cars. Yeah.
And
I think the one with the Nappy Boys on it, is Lee.
That's where I didn't see the Nappy Boys, the T-Pain, and that. I apologize, Lee, but I'm going to recognize it even more. Especially here at OSW, we are far back from the start line. Compared to previous rounds, we could kind of get a better glimpse. You have Hayden Williams out here, awesome driver throughout the season. And Hayden Williams is going to be going against Raphael with that Chevy Corvette. Hayden Williams proving the point every day. Lee Yearwood did that buy run because Duarte did blow his engine, so he just decided to just do the buy run so he could get into the next battle. So the winner of this battle will be battling out Lee Yearwood, like you said, the Nappy Boy Auto, sponsored as chassis. Here we go, Hayden Williams, Rafael Villar. Hayden's gonna be in the lead. Coming out here with a nice weight transfer, going to that first out of zone, a little bit shallow angle, but it's still lighting off the tires. And it looks like he's robbing and tapping that wall like an animal. Missing that first interclip a little bit, but then going into interclip 2, not going to outer zone 2. Man, Raphael is struggling because of the smoke screen that Hayden Williams puts out there on his lead lap.
Yeah, no, it's a hard one. So we saw him not really being in the zone, and he made the correction while there and said, I'm going to go ahead. You said I'm a little shallow, and the second you said that, he's like, watch this. And he, just put it into the wall. A lot of control. I mean, going up against this, you're initiating, pretty fast. And you transitioning straight into it. I mean, there's a lot of marks on that wall for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
So
right,
coming
Ryan
on
Kaufman
up, you
gets the
see
dub
this.
again.
Looks like we were a little
Calculated out there.
behind,
What are you
obviously,
doing
on the
to,
chase
stay
position.
focused
We're in an
and,
interview
put
with
the car
Ryan
where it
Kaufman.
needs to be?
I did my due diligence on that run. I actually asked a couple people what kind of driver he is, and they told me he was really consistent, but his car doesn't make as much power as mine. So I kind of just took that and calculated against that, and it paid off. you know.
So you have a whole bunch of spotters out there now instead of just none like last time.
Well, I mean, I basically have no one specifically, but I do ask around.
So keep filtering that pretty well and have fun for the rest of the weekend.
Oh. All right. Well, not sure what they were talking about, but big smiles. Super excited to have him out here. But here we go. It looks like we're going off.
Hayden jumped really early on that, but now you got Rafael going to be in that Corvette. Really shallow line as angle as well. But look at Hayden. Hayden is mirroring him. It looks like he is falling out of drift a little bit. And that was a very sketchy kind of slide going out of zone 1, the end of it. Now going to outer zone 2, Rafael does a good job getting a good fill out. And there comes Hayden. Nice angle, mirroring him all the way through that second lap.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You see he had to kind of figure out how to get the car to do what he wanted on that first inner or outer bank, sorry.
Example, when you talk about straightening out, when we're seeing this replay, go through it. This is what the judges will be looking
Yeah,
for.
so I will say, too, at the beginning, it wasn't actually a jump. Our lead car driver did not go because a flag fell over there. Okay. So he was going off the lights predicting he was going to go. And then we got a tire off there. Sorry, I wasn't watching the replay. I was listening to his stuff here.
So we have the production and the track sav in our ear. But
so here we go. So that's why that little bobble was there. It didn't set him up for a great chase, but he was able to get in there. And same thing that happened earlier with the Mustang. You know, you make that correction, you try to dive, and then you just take out as much angle as you can to keep proximity. You know, he's like, well, that zone didn't look great, but if I get him run away from me, every zone's not going to look good.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you sacrifice a little space and try to make as quick a correction as possible and get back where you're supposed to be. You know, that's probably the best advice I could tell anybody. That's what the judges are always looking for. You didn't get it perfect the whole time. That's okay. Yeah. Get your mistake out of the way and get in there.
And it looks like Hayden Williams gets the win and moves on. Great job from his driving. He's been absolutely killer since I've seen him. Last year, we were at Citrus County Speedway and got to know him a little bit on there.
That was last year?
That was last year.
Oh, my gosh. I thought that was – I know it wasn't this season, but it feels like it.
Yeah. So
gosh, these things go by so fast.
It's so awesome to see these drivers and seeing how their growth is going. And Hayden Williams, I've never seen him before last year, but seeing how he's always consistent with how his style is and how aggressive he's going. But now we have Pedro Segnini, another up-and-coming driver. He was voted in the drivers' meeting versus the Godfather. And Pedro with a new livery with Forza Garage.
Not just a new livery, a new motor, LS. Yeah. And he says it's a monster. Oh. It's a monster, he says.
Did he just purchase nitrous?
And I think so.
I think I just saw a spray. Quick looking at it. Pedro Segnini in the lead with that 370Z. He's been driving that chassis for a long time, but
wow,
you see that
what a monster
going that first outer zone. But look at the Godfather going to the door of Pedro Segnini saying, I have an offer you can't refuse, and that's doors on that first outer zone going to outer zone 2. Beautiful fill out from the lead driver, Pedro Segnini, absolutely killing it out there.
I'm all grins up here. If you had the camera looking at me, I'm smiling the whole run. That is amazing. Woo. Pedro really coming in, no fear of that wall whatsoever on it. I think that's one of our best wall runs that we've had today.
That was insane.
Wow, good job, Pedro. Let's go ahead and jump over to the interview down there with our driver.
All right, we're here with Hayden. Pretty sick run. Sketchy on the chase, though. You followed a pretty wild one out there.
Dude, keeping this thing in boost and staying back is rough, boy. I tell you what, I definitely thought we were going to hit something. The wall, him, I don't know. It was great. That was a party.
Yeah, it seemed pretty calculated once you guys got off the bank, though. It seemed like you had a plan and stuck to it, and I think that's what ended up giving you the win. How do you feel?
I feel great, man. This track is so fun. Like, it's just a party.
Well, definitely keep having fun because that'll give you some wins for sure.
Hell yeah. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Well, you heard it from him. He's having a great time out here. We are excited to see this next battle here. Track is clear. and we're ready to see a run. Let's see what Pedro can do chasing the Godfather. Light's gone. I think there might be an issue with
making sure that tricks. Here we go.
I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Here it comes.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Godfather.
So maybe a false start. Not quite sure. Maybe they couldn't see the lights. But here we go.
Wow.
Pedro, come on in.
Look at the Godfather
Running the wall.
Running the wall with a huge flick in that first outer zone. And Pedro's like,
no!
Shuts down. It looks like he shuts down the car, but Godfather needs to complete this lap as he's going all the way through outer zone 2. Oh, no, Pedro.
Well, I hope nothing's wrong with his car. Hopefully he just lost the plot and couldn't see. Wow, both of them had such good runs. If Pedro would have been in the chase, the judge would have had a hard time, but Pedro handed the judges the decision on that one, unless there's something I didn't see. Let's watch this replay and see if there's something that's going on. Bill Stanger doing a great job running the wall. You can't even tell where his car starts and the wall begins. Great stuff here, and then Pedro just on that bump comes completely out of drift, shuts down. His car is moving under its own power right now. Bill Stinger with the win. Congratulations to the Godfather, Bill Stinger.
When I see drivers like Pedro and any of these drivers that the way he straightened out and shut down the car and he still could drive under power, it does show track etiquette though.
Yeah.
It does show that maturity from Pedro, which is fantastic. We'll see him in this main show, but while we have the drivers getting ready, you see the Godfather riding up to Chelsea Denofa. You see Chelsea giving him that nod of approval, saying, hell yeah, good job. But we have our drivers coming up here.
Harry Spencer coming on up, getting ready to chase down the little yellow Corvette.
This is the second half of the battle. So we're going to have them switch sides. Yeah, Hayden Williams versus...
And it does look like they are lining up. So if we're only running the one battle, I believe that it was already him in the lead, so we do need to see him in the chase position. So those two cars are going to change positions here.
I do want to talk about Hayden Williams previously.
Yeah.
How Hayden Williams has always... He's a Florida veteran, I would say,
right.
In the drift scene. He's very focused whenever he goes in the pits. He's one of those drivers that you see them in the pits, and he's so focused that he's able to kind of like understand what his car is going to do. He's going on the laps, the practice laps, and then he's dialing it in. He does smile. I will say he does smile. He's a good dude, but I love seeing him drive. He's so in tune with everything he does on the drift track and in his car.
All right, I made sure we're the same height now, Tiny. Next time you get the camera view, you're going to see. But here we go, in the lead. He's taken off. Tons of space here.
Yeah,
Spencer going for it. Let's see if he gets on the wall. Man, they are having to zoom out for them to be the same thing. And Spencer putting on a smoke show and running the line, getting into the second, coming through. Great transition there. What we're trying to see, coming through, finding the zone. Maybe a little deep at first, but filling it out just fine. Doing a great job. Corvette, a little bit behind.
That's a good way to put it. Jackson Webb was really far behind from what I'm seeing.
It just looks like a rough start, and he couldn't realize.
Man, Jackson, monster when he drives, and you see him in Sebring as well.
I'd love to. Oh, we're going to go jump to the interview now with the Godfather and Chelsea Denofa.
All right, Bill, another win out there. A little shady there, but then he made a huge mistake behind you, and you had almost a perfect lead. So how'd you feel out there?
best pair of runs yet. So it's just getting better and better. I had fun. I just had a ball, and it sucked. He screwed up. He's a really fun guy to drive with, and he's way faster than I am. So it was awesome to be able to stay with him. He dusted me a little on the inside, but.
Yeah, your bank ride is getting better every time I see you go out. So the practice and extra time's definitely doing it. You're putting in the work, and the runs are showing it.
Awesome, thank you. I'm just scared to push too hard and find a wall. You know, you push it till you find it.
In my opinion, that last one was good. Let's put the benchmark there for the rest of the weekend.
That's probably a good idea. I was looking at it like, am I going to hit? Am I not going to hit? I don't know where the back of this car is much yet, as you can tell by the looks of it.
Well, have fun out there. That's the goal.
Loving the conversation between the two of them. That's awesome. He said, I'm just going to send it hard and find a wall. And he did an amazing job. Obviously, the big mistake made it a little bit easier. But in that time, we see a car out there, and that is our winner of the battle, Harry Spencer, getting the win in the Beast Coast Purple Machine, making it happen. And he's going to go ahead and get out of the way so these cars can get into the burnout box, and then we'll get an interview with him in a few minutes.
With Bill Stinger getting that win, he is going up against Ryan. Oh, no. He hasn't had an easy path throughout the whole season, I would say.
I don't think anybody's really had an easy path.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a bad turn of phrase.
More like
that was my fault.
For a guy that came into a competitive scene after 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
All right? So knocking the rust off. It's more of like...
He shook it off first day. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's from the beginning. I love it. I enjoy it. And then we're going to see the next battle coming up here in the burnout box. But first and foremost...
Sorry. I feel like bring your kid to work day when I sit down next to you. You're like, you got 80% of the screen. I'm just like...
Well,
hello. No, you're good. It's the way the camera is. It's not your fault.
Every time I'm sitting next to you, I feel like it's a big...
I got it. We figured it out. Don't worry about it. We got it figured out. So we're going to be here all day, and make sure you guys tune in. We do switch positions. So we're going to go off of the seating bracket live stream. We are going to switch over to the competition one. You can see this lovely mug right here, and I'll sit like this the whole event. I don't care. I'm getting a lot of people telling me to not do this, but it's fine. As long as it's entertaining. That's the whole point of the stream, right?
That's great. You said bring your kid to work day, and when you stand up, that's what I feel like.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. If I stand up, I'm off screen.
We have Sasha Prospero coming up to the line, and it looks like Lewis had to bow out, and we're getting Sasha Ironsides Prospero. And I deemed him Ironsides from Fuel Fest Tampa. So we do both Fuel Fest for U.S.
You named him before that. You were calling him that before Tampa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was telling him that's definitely.
That was just a reminder of his nickname. Yeah, I was going to say, you've been saying that for a while.
I was talking to him in the pits. I'm like,
well, tell us about Fuel Fest Tampa, though. What happened? What happened?
At Fuel Fest Tampa, I was in the pits. You go there. It's a great event. If you've never seen.
Also, it does look like he's getting a bye run.
Yes, he is. Because Lewis Lance, it seemed like he bowed out. He didn't get whatever was fixed.
So unfortunate.
But he does have a chance to compete in the main show. But Sasha Ironsides, the reason why I call him Ironsides is because he'll get bumped on that door and he's just still. And it's like it's just a straight iron door the whole time.
Trust me, he'll smash in your door and you can smash in his. It's a great time. But let's go ahead and see this little victory lap out here. Doing a great job in initiation, putting the power on and looking like a pro out here. Is this Formula Drift all of a sudden? What just happened? He is making the noise of my people out there. I cannot wait to have a bigger motor. Holy cow, what an awesome run here from him. All in the power, staying on the throttle, letting the car be planted right where it needs to be. No big corrections. There's a reason why Sasha is someone that when you know you're going against him, you know it's got to be 100%.
Oh, yeah. He's such a talented driver. There's a lot of talented drivers here at US Drift Circuit, and he is one of them. And since I first started commentating here, this guy always wows me.
Yeah.
Seeing him drive, he used to have an all-white car, all-white livery car. By the end of the season, there's a lot of tire marks on that car door. And then this is the second, I believe, season he has that livery there. But look at that beautiful angle going to that first outer zone and filling it all the way out, hitting that inner touch and go, going right in that power alley, transitioning.
Yep.
Now using that angling up so he could get into outer zone 2 like a beautiful maniac right there.
I do got good news for us. We are now out of the backside of the bracket, so we're coming into our top 16 now. Coming through, we got Andrew Grindle coming on up fresh off of a Clutch Kickers win. Oh, he didn't win the round, but he got second overall for the series. So great job over there. And then the loud, beautiful Corvette over here that was formerly Colette's.
Yep.
Being piloted by, honestly, a maniac. He's a great driver.
I love Marcelo.
Yeah, he's so much fun.
I would say everybody in this pits, every driver, awesome people to talk to and awesome people to have
we have an amazing scene. Drifting, we're so lucky. Everybody is very, very nice. You know, and we get to really see the inner workings, obviously, at our level with everything that's going on. Marcelo and Andrew Grindle, though, lined up, ready to go. Final round of U.S. Drift Circuit here in the seating bracket, fighting for the best position on that bracket.
So you saw Marcelo Zappa's picture, but you also saw Ryan Kaufman's face.
Ryan Kaufman's on every battle. What do you mean? That's the graphics. He's the default.
Here we go.
Zalpa in the lead, coming on up. Grindle spinning some tires and being rowdy, diving in. Nice little charge there and making a good job of getting that proximity found. Both of them letting those motors sing. Floating the transition. Andrew Grindle diving in on Zalpa. That is one of the best dives we've seen all day, and sitting on him, giving him the love taps, giving him the charges, being aggressive. And this is why he gets hardest charger. This is what Andrew Grindle does.
4 letters, 1 word. Or 5 letters. Doors.
Oh.
That's all it was.
I was like, I don't know if you know how to spell.
Nah, well, that's why I joined
you
the
said
Army, not the Air Force.
Oh, see, that's why I have a chair.
Here we go, Andrew Grindle diving into inner clip 1. Beautiful fill out. And then in the chase. And then look at this. He's massaging that angle and then knowing where he needs to go. And then just giving a little smooch on the door of Zalpa, letting him know I'm there. He's probably changing the Spotify playlist from the driver's seat of his car. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, so obviously a little bit further back than he was wanting. But we're going to go shoot over to the interview real quick. You like the Chair Force joke? Yeah.
All right, back here with Harry. You've been putting people V8s down one by one with this KAT. How does that make you feel?
Man, it makes me feel proud. A little 4-cylinder going all the way. That's what we're trying to do today.
Absolutely. You looked really calculated out there. It looked like you were putting the car where you wanted. You even mentioned it was one of your best leads yet. So how do you keep doing that throughout the rest of the weekend?
I'm honestly just going to try to stay confident, stay out of my head, man, and just think about it like this, just partying with the boys.
Let the KAT sing and have some fun, dude.
Very good. I mean, and Harry Spencer saying he's here to party with the boys. He really is. That guy is always willing to give a hand. I mean, I was out here and my truck was having an issue. He just popped the hood. He didn't even ask. He's just like, I'm going to go start working on your stuff, you know. But here we go. Andrew Grindle in the lead. Zalpa coming up. Andrew with a little baby flick in and finding the wall and sitting on it. Zalpa putting out the smoke, trying to catch up, but just sitting on a little bit lower line and not putting the proximity that we were seeing. Throwing big angle here while Andrew Grindle's on the next clipping point. Going in and filling out those zones. Zalpa just not getting the proximity we were seeing with Grindle.
Wow, that was insane.
Great lead.
Yes, just like the famous philosopher Bruno Mars said, run, run, run away, baby, because you see him going into this first outer zone and getting right to angle and knowing that angle there. And so he's filling it all the way out, knowing what he needs to do. You see that left foot braking right there so he could get into that inner clip. He was really deep there, transitioning to outer, inner clip 2 into outer zone 2 and just laying down the hammer all the way through. Zalpa struggled with that proximity. You see him angle up after.
You see how they start. He spins those tires. He spins them again. And so he just doesn't have the angle coming up. And it looks like we got a judge's decision. And with no surprise, Andrew Grindle getting the win in the seating bracket. Moving. We've shaken the cobwebs off of some of the driver's skill. So pretty excited to see the sunset and see the tire smoke go up.
Yeah, for sure. And now we have the next battle coming out. Getting ready, but it looks like Chelsea's over there giving a little pep talk to Grindle. You see the media people, Interclip Media, doing a fantastic job documenting the season with Christian Catrone. If you ever get a chance to see Christian Catrone's social medias, you'll see his reels and his Interclip Media making it like a documentary throughout the series. The same thing happened with Louis Lantz as well on his victory season to get into that championship license. It's so cool. I was talking to someone yesterday that didn't know about drifting, but they love watching documentaries.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? You need to check these guys out because how they film the series and they put that emotion, they bring the character out of the driver and show how much hard work and dedication for these drivers. These guys are giving their all.
And who's that?
Interclip Media.
Interclip Media has done that?
Yes.
That's awesome. I can't wait to watch some of that.
Yep, and you have Carlos Santos.
Yeah.
Man, he has been resilient.
I think resilient's a good word.
Resilient the whole time. I was talking to him earlier, he has been struggling to get to speed onto that first outer zone, but I told him it's the last round of the season. Just go out there, have fun. Just put it all out on there on the line. With the cowboy hat on, doing the toy drive over there in the pits.
Oh, that's what I forgot. Gosh dang it. I was supposed to buy a bunch of toys.
Well,
I did just donate a lot of money the last night though, so I guess I donated to a different charity, but whatever.
Well, it's always good to donate to charity, and as well as we were talking about veterans here on the scene. You have Duarte, you have John Temple, but also Carlos Santos, Navy veteran, just recently got out, been busting his tail, has been following his story throughout the season. Man, oh man, the emotion he goes through. He loves this sport. He's doing it for a passion. The first time I met him, he gave me the biggest hug ever.
Yeah.
And that's just how he is. Heartwarming, loving dude. But I told him, you need to ride the bull here today. This track is unforgiving if you don't do what you have to do. But here comes Carlos Santos, and here comes Sasha Prospero. Gonna try to ride that door. So Carlos Santos gets the angle, goes to that first outer zone, absolutely tapping that wall, but able to get right there, back in the fight, tapping that cone. And look at Sasha Prospero matching the angle, but looks like Carlos Santos drops the tire out in that interclip one, going to outer zone 2 and missing it up. Yep, flirting with that blind. He's still in it, but look at Sasha Prospero right there.
Yeah, how do you not say look at Sasha Prospero? Even with the bobbles and the lines that maybe Carlos could have been in a little bit better, we're seeing Savio apparently out there. We're seeing him get in there, give a little tap, falls out a little bit. Sasha matching his line with the slow up, doesn't care, gets right and close and says, oh, we're going off track? Okay, I'll follow you. And then on the transition comes in and just reels him in slowly but surely right here, just every step of the way. And I mean, great job.
See his bumper hanging off.
Bumpers are the enemies of drift car drivers. We like to put bumpers where they're not supposed to go, in walls, in clipping points.
I think the first.
That's why I run KVD, tough as nails. You can smash it on anything. I keep putting my bumpers on. I've literally yeeted bumpers off, had them run over. I put one 12 feet in the air off of a K-rail. I mean, and they just keep clicking.
Yeah.
Paint came off a little bit on one of them, like a little bit. It's still there, though. It looks great. KBD, kids by daddy. All right, here we go.
Here we go, Sasha Prospero in the lead, coming in with a nice initiation, goes that first outer zone. We seen his lead lap, his bye run, and look at the smoke screen. That's why you saw the picture of Savio Silva, because this lap was brought to you by a public service announcement of smoke screen engaged throughout that power alley going into outer zone 2. Good fill out. But Carlos is struggling behind. He is letting off those tires, and he is able to keep drift throughout each zone. But man, oh man, Sasha Prospero. There's no words for him, man. He's just awesome.
great job. Obviously, pretty easy decision for the judges there. I feel bad for Carlos, but he's still got time. He's going to come back and hopefully get the car figured out and get on to the next one. But he's clapping. He's cheering on Sasha. And he's going to go change some tires and get ready to battle once we get back into the competition. But Sasha Prospero with the win. A maniac. He's so good. He's so good.
He is.
How is he in the point standing? I need to look up the point standings. I think Sasha's got to be pretty high up there.
He's always, from what I've seen for previous seasons, he's always in top 10. Like that's he's just consistent. I can't wait to see him get that license in the future. But now we have our two drivers, Hayden Williams and Lee Yearwood. Hayden Williams, and you see Lee Yearwood.
Built somewhere over there. This car, I believe.
Okay.
I think you can.
We got Lee Yearwood chasing down Hayden Williams. Off. It looks like he's straightened out, but he's able to get back into drift. But Lee Yearwood doing a good job just staying in drift in the chase. Beautiful, smooth line that he's doing. And he straightened out. He just fell off his lead lap.
See what they're saying over here?
So you got the Yearwood.
A red car on a red car.
The Yearwood can clean this up.
Whoa, whoa!
Slow it down. Outer zone 2, able to go all the way through.
I'm just reinitiate. You can see the M right there for Mazda.
Okay.
Or Mazwer. You can see the M right there for Mazda.
Okay.
Or Mazwer. Or I can't. Yeah. That's the one. Wrong companies.
Well, you know what I like Lee Yearwood's car? You have Monza who's representing that, but you also have the other door saying Nappy Boy.
Yeah, yeah. And the judges are going to throw it one more time. So the judges deeming that they both made too many mistakes or double zeroed or whatever it is, and they just could not figure out how they could.
Okay.
Oh, and we're missing it on the live stream, but Pikachu going hard with his burnout. I want to get that caught on camera so you guys can see.
Yes. Yeah, Harry Spencer versus Pikachu. Marcio Jr. Marcio Jr.
Oh, we get in the track director.
Yeah.
Director.
Yeah. The great thing of seeing Marcio drive this year is he's been absolutely a great driver, proving his worth. And let's see how he does on this first
two purple cars going in.
Beautiful fill out or beautiful initiation. Able to maybe kiss that wall. It's hard to see from this angle. Now going into that first interclip. Good job transitioning in this power alley. Look at Harry Spencer. He's trying to get that momentum. No! It looks like he goes maybe two to three tires off.
So
but man, oh man, look at Junior.
He fell into the trap. He fell into the trap. He wants to put his foot down. He thinks he's going to go ahead and be able to charge with it. Put his foot down. He thinks he's going to go ahead and be able to charge with it. In reality, it just makes you. In reality, it just makes you wash out further. So the tire and the wheels wash out further. So the tire and the wheel speed going out. You can see he was trying to time that. Car backs up into the zone and matches angle, which is great, but that proximity just isn't there. He does make a dive over here and then puts the power on, but just didn't let him get where he wanted it.
And when we're talking about for the new people that are watching and haven't been to a drift event, when you're chasing down, we talked a little bit what the judges were looking for the lead driver, but we never really mentioned what the chase driver is supposed to do. The chase driver, you see the cones out there. We talk about inner clip 1 and inner clip 2, but the chase driver is supposed to use that lead car as a moving clipping point. The closer they get to it, the better points they get in the judge's perspective. But there's also the judges are looking at the lead driver. Did he do a 100-point lead that made the chase driver get
the car driver has to go out there and be perfect. The chase needs to go ahead and see what the lead is doing and emulate it and match it. And you're following someone else's style, different cars, different power, all that kind of stuff. Now, with this, we're going to see them switch, and looks like we have a clipping point over in the burnout box area.
The Bob.
I'm pretty sure that got yeeted over there by the Beast Coast car.
And we're in the second battle of the Grade 8.
Yep. Now, one thing I do also want to mention, because there's a comment that was asking about a jump or something. So the chase car can do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah.
They do not need to start. They don't need to wait on a light. They don't need to do anything. They can start moving as long as they do not impede the lead car. If they decide they want to drive out in front of the car and then back up, you can basically do that. So you can go pretty far up there. You know, you can time it out however you want. He's fixing that clipping point right now. Thank you to the track staff, obviously, all the work you guys did all season and today. Super pumped, everybody that's also watching the stream. So really appreciate all that.
And speaking of jumps, that's another reason why you see a chicane with the cones. It's not a drag race to the first turn. Take it, there are some cars that have better power and better grip so they can get to the first turn quicker. But the chicane is meant to slow themselves down enough so they're not drag racing to that first one. Here we go. We got the second half of this battle as Pikachu is trying to ride that door, but look at Harry. Harry filling out that first outer zone, but Pikachu is getting right to the pocket, right in the door of Harry Spencer as he's going into this second inner clip. Beautiful fill out there, but it looks like he's falling, but oh my God! He corrected huge and left that bumper on the front tire of Pikachu, but they still were drifting.
Yeah.
What in the world?
So I'm excited to see the replay here. Obviously, he starts off pretty quick, drone on the ground, cool angle actually right there, going off, and we see a great mirrored initiation. That's what you want to do because that keeps your proximity up. You can see that's why he has it there. Spencer doing an amazing job filling the zone here, going into this first zone, just missing the touch and go there, coming around, and then we see big correction, and he just rides it with his tire, taking a bumper off and says, hey, you don't need this anymore, and we are going to go ahead and say, yep, Pikachu gets the win. He's electric out here.
I like that. And now you have Ryan Kaufman versus Bill, the Godfather Stenger. Man, oh man. These two drivers, fantastic people as well as fantastic skill.
In the live stream chat, someone just said the Pikachu might evolve. That's pretty great.
That's a good one.
That's pretty great. I like that one.
You got the mad scientist versus Godfather here. Oh man, Taxi Garage FC. He's been hard work. That Taxi Garage camp, great people to talk to, but man, they are dialed in whenever they're talking about their cars. Whenever you see their footage of them drifting or doing some fun stuff, I saw them doing drift circles in a garage.
Yeah.
It was insane, but here we go. We have the Godfather chasing down the mad scientist here at OSW as Ryan Kaufman goes into that first outer zone and getting that nice close proximity to the wall. Look at the Godfather, massaging the angle, trying to reel in the proximity, and then cheating on the line so he can reel him in. The transition in the power line, he falls behind a little bit. The Godfather needs to go right there on the door, but he is losing it. Look at Ryan Kaufman, though. Just absolutely killing that second outer zone.
No, 100% Ryan Kaufman was on the money there. The Godfather with that transition obviously slowed him down, threw a lot of angles, slowed him down again, and just he opened up that gap.
Oh, yeah.
And he just, that's a hard one to clean up. Actually going against Ryan Kaufman in a missile of a car. Not that it looks like a missile, sorry. It is a rocket. Let's say that, because that car looks super clean. Taxi Garage boys know what they're doing. Like you were saying earlier, great content. If we were looking at a live stream, though, I could be telling you a little bit more about the battle.
Here we go. We have the Godfather rolling up to the line.
So with him in the lead here, we are going to need to see him really get deep into that first zone. I know you kept saying he was massaging his way in there, but I don't think he did a good enough job in the chase, even in the beginning, to go. But here we go, going off. He's going to go out here and do a nice entry in, dragging it out, and then Ryan Kaufman on the wall, matching the angle and coming up and just reeling him in inch by inch, and now he just sits right in the pocket that he wants to be for this transition. Times the transition perfectly for a big dive, little bit on the inside, but is able to grab that brake and settle it, and he just sits right back in the the pocket, showing his ability in this skill of driving. And wow, what a great job. Tiny little mistake, and then, oh, was there contact, or was that just a little donut?
And now he was engaging his aerodynamics with his
I did see the active trunk open, which, if that would happen during battle, is a 0.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
an unsecured panel.
That is true. But here we go. We got the Godfather going to that first outer zone, and it looks like he is falling off at the end of it.
I agree.
But look at Ryan Kaufman, calculated. Going right there, staying in the pocket, and then transitioning almost at the same time. It looks like, man, that was a really aggressive flick from the Godfather. But look at Ryan Kaufman. Like I said, calculated. He's calm, cool, and collective, getting to the door of it. But it looks like the judges have made the decision here. And it looks like Ryan Kaufman gets the win. And Godfather is going to be rolling off track. We got our next battle here. We got Andrew Grindle in the bob, as well as Sasha Ironsides Prospero.
So this is an exciting one. Again, obviously that last battle, great. These last few battles have really been doing an amazing job. But right now, this is what top 8 is about, right?
Yep.
Looking at Sasha and Grindle, I mean, I can tell you what I'm thinking, but you've been watching this now. I know you don't drive with them and all that kind of stuff, but what are you thinking?
Oof.
Woof is right.
Yeah,
you can leave it at that.
I can leave it at that. Sasha, he's very consistent with his driving. And you have Grindle. Grindle doing a great job. He used to drive the Corvette, all right? And he feels at home in that S chassis. And being able to get committed at each zone and each track he does, it's just, this is a great battle here. It's just going to go toe-to-toe. Left hook, right hook, whatever they need to do to try to get each other out.
So driving, so here we go. Grindle in the lead position, coming on up. Sasha right next to him, barely giving him room, trying to make sure that he can transition right on Grindle, and he does a great job closing the gap here while Grindle running the wall. Absolutely killing it here, finding the inner clip. Sasha with an amazingly timed transition, not giving up any extra space, sitting about the exact same distance away, but he is shallowed up on that angle a little bit. He's not matching it perfectly until towards the end there when he was starting to catch up, but that's a great run. There is a little bit of a window there for Grindle because Grindle did an amazing lead from what I can see. We'll rewatch it here and just double check.
Grindle does a nice clutch kick going to that first outer zone and then getting right to the door. It looks like a little contact on that wall, but it doesn't upset the car too much. But you see Sasha diving in and then transitioning a little bit late, so it doesn't fall behind, but he has enough horsepower so he can massage the angle right there and then dive right
Ryan,
back into
another
the pocket
great
with
win.
it. But
how is he feeling in the
we're
car?
Gonna go right to our interview here.
Great.
We're going to go to an interview, actually.
And it was a treat because I got to go against my longtime friend Bill Stenger. He's an absolute shredder, and that was just a really fun battle. So shout out to Bill for putting on a great lead and a great chase.
Love that for you guys. Car looks great. I hope you do great the rest of the day.
All right, here we go. The second half of the battle. Sasha Ironsides Prospero versus Andrew Grindle. Andrew Grindle is doing a good job this whole season, always trying to get as best performance as possible. I've seen his socials where he's always as much as possible to get some seat time. Now, that's one thing a lot of drivers preach: seat time, seat time, seat time. And that's what you have to do, especially in this type of track. You have Ironsides going to be in the lead. Andrew Grindle doing a little jump here, but look at Sasha. Sasha is just putting pedal to the metal, right to the first outer zone, getting right to angle. And look at Grindle right there with the red eyes, hunting down the Ironsides of Sasha as they're going into this intercept one. He has to fall behind from Prospero, but going that power alley was absolutely killer. But Prospero able to put down the power and just lighting off the tires right in the second outer zone.
Yeah. So obviously on the initiation, great job here. It was a little bit further by, a little bit of a drag race there, but he was able to charge forward phenomenally and then just sit there and almost run the wall with him. So going through here, what I want to see, a little break there, and then this transition, something happens where just Sasha's able to blow away, and right there, you just see all that space he was able to make. I mean, we're talking hairs right now in comparison to other runs, but with these two, we're going to need to nitpick.
Yeah.
Sasha on his chase was a little bit bobular in this position where Grindle is a little bit more planted. It just kind of depends either which way.
Yeah, so it looked like going into that power alley, Andrew Grindle was a little bit late on transition. You're going to see him in the first outer zone, transitioning all the way out into there. And look at this. I want to see this. There's two decel zones. You got the decel zone coming off the bank, and a little bit of bobble. He waits. Now he transitions. Sasha's already at angle and putting power down. That's what makes that gap.
Yeah, no, it's just a little bit late of a transition. I think you're right.
Look at that.
When we go lead to lead and chase to chase, I mean, that is a difficult one because Sasha does a great job here as well. Filling the zones, going in, hitting it.
All right. The judges are deliberating.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one.
And it's definitely a hard one. Now you're looking, you've driven these cars, you've been in the chase. If you see someone correcting that way, the first thing you do is back off like, oh, he might straighten out, right?
Well, in competition, you can't.
Yeah, that is true.
So you've got to convince yourself to go from regular driving to competition driving. And these guys are at that level. And it looks like Andrew Grindle gets the win against Sasha. That is a big one. And I know the judge deliberated so hard. They were looking for a hair of a difference, like I was saying earlier, and somehow they found it. I guess they got a microscope over there. But honestly, not a fun job for those judges. And honestly, it's the best thing that these guys could have done, though. Make it hard on them. Makes it good for us as a show.
Yes.
So coming on up, we've got our redo here with our two. We're going to take off here. On this lead, coming on up, big drag almost coming through. Mazda coming in inside, but missing the outer zone almost completely. Finding the two touch and goes and coming in to fill in this last zone and sitting on it. Coming around. Finally having the other follow him up. Probably about 3 bus lengths in between.
It looks like this was it, but man, you see Learwood doing a good job in that first outer zone in the chase. Hayden is struggling right there in that bank, and then transitioning into the inner clip too was a good job. But Learwood is just doing what he needs to do in the back, letting him know that, hey, and we're going right to our interview. Here we go.
Hey Andrew, another great win out there. How are you feeling after that lap?
Pretty good. The track's heating up, so it's getting a little slicker out there. I didn't get a whole lot of practice, but the more battles we get to do in seeding, the more I'm dialing in my lead lap. So it's feeling good right now.
It's good to hear. I hope you do great the rest of the day. Of course.
All right. Well, Andrew Grindle, all smiles in there. And, I mean, why wouldn't he be? He's getting big, big wins. I know every time I've ever gone against him, I'm like, well, I need to do everything.
When I first was moving down here and I was circuit, he was absolutely blasting someone's door, like getting right there. But we see here on the track, Hayden Williams got out of his car to check under his hood for some reason. Maybe they're talking about possible smoke going out of the hood. We don't know. And track staff is looking. All right, he's going to be calling that 5-minute, I believe.
Make sure you pull lead up to the line before he runs.
Got the two of them here.
Here we go. Learwood. We got Learwood pulling up to the line. So the lead driver has to pull up to the line. And the chase driver can be further back on the line. So you could get that running jump start. We have the lights going on. Learwood, oh, a little bit of spinning of the tires going off the line. But let's see how this monster will rip through that.
Oh. I think we got restart lights.
There. So at the start of the first outer zone and towards the end.
No, I don't. They're acting like it's a restart, but I'm not seeing the lights. So it looks like both drivers individually have car problems preventing them from doing the run. The first car on his own accord stopped.
Yeah. They're deliberating over there, seeing what's going on. They see the track staff.
And Hayden gets the win. Look at the track workers are awesome, man. Putting up his arms and everything, celebrating for him. It's always crappy winning with a broken car.
Yeah.
But with zeros on the board for the first battle that they had there, and then crossing the line, and technically the lead car shutting down, they're going to go ahead and give that to Hayden.
And we'll talk about the judging wise too. You're at an advantage if you have a complete lead lap compared to a complete chase lap.
Yeah.
So that's one thing from my understanding with rules with drifting competitions. If you have a complete lead lap and you do a great job leading it with the chase driver getting close proximity, we have in the tow trucks come out there.
With the tow truck, do we have an interview? Well, we might not probably interview him because it's him with his car.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is go to a quick commercial break here while we get the car driven off, towed off track, and we get ready for the next battles coming up here. So we'll see you guys here soon at US Drift Circuit.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week. So now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be sure to check out the website at autosportsengineering.com.
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Play me some of that Abel Pimpin', man.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Here we go. We are back here at the Final Four. And it looks like Ryan Kaufman has to call his 5 here. So in seating bracket, they get 1 5-minute call, and then the main show, they have another one. Oh, it looks like it's a simple fix here. Ryan said Ryan is going to check his tire pressure on his car. So the 5-minute timeout, these, if you are unfamiliar why they call them, it's not only just because of mechanical failures or anything like that, but as soon as they touch the car to fix something, that's automatic. You start the 5 minutes. Now, there is a 10-minute call if something is contact related. So if the chase driver makes contact, the judges would determine who is at fault, and whoever's not at fault.
Contact between two drivers, not them just making contact with the wall or something like that.
If they go mock Jesus into a wall, they're forced into a 5-minute timeout. And the next on the other side is Hayden Williams and Marcio Jr. The winner goes to battle for the first and second. And our tow truck is coming out here. That's one thing I do want to thank the workers that come out here, not just for track staff, like the guys that run the line or even the media. You have these tow truck drivers and the medical personnel. We do have ambulances and EMS guys out here just in case, God forbid, something happens. We have had an issue before last year where someone hit the wall, but we'll go back to commercial break, have a quick speaking from our sponsors here, and we'll see you here soon. All right, right here you see Pikachu.
An evolved Pikachu.
An evolved Pikachu getting a bye run.
An evolved Pikachu.
Marcio Jr. Let's see how his car sings. He's going to get a victory lap. He's moving on to the finals, so he has a guaranteed spot on the podium for first and second place. And you see him being an absolute riot out here with smoke screen all the way through that first outer zone, lighting off the tires from beginning to end of the track. Wow. Insane.
Would have been cooler with a battle.
Yeah.
Whose car was broken?
Hayden's car
No. He couldn't
had an
get fixed in
issue.
time.
But we have, is that someone with a big cowboy hat out there?
We have a few cowboy hats out there.
No, that's
what is
that's,
that yellow hat?
That's a cowboy hat.
That
That's
is a
Texas
big-
size.
That is a 10-gallon hat if I've ever seen one.
That's more of a 32-gallon.
Oh.
I don't think you spotted tracks. Here we go. We have.
He's just going somewhere he's not even supposed to be.
Here we go. We got Andrew Grindle here, and Ryan Koppman. And Ryan called his 5 minutes so he could check the tire pressure, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, what turned out was he went to go drive, and he was like, wait a minute, did I do the tire pressure? And he just had to go double check.
Yeah, well, these guys out here doing a spectacular job. The first and foremost, the people that have been watching the stream, you guys are absolutely awesome as well. We've been checking out the chat here and there just to interact with you guys. But for this round, who is your go-to? Who are you rooting for the main show?
Who, me?
No, the fans out there that are
okay,
watching.
I was about to say.
We can't root for anybody.
I can root for anybody I want.
Well,
I don't need to be bipartisan. I'm an American. I'm red-blooded. I'll do what I want. I'll tell you right now.
Here we go.
I have a hard choice right here. These are two boys right here.
Here we go. We got Andrew Grindle in the lead. Ryan Kaufman in the chase. Andrew Grindle coming in with a nice scanty flick going to that first outer zone. A little shallow angle, but lighting off the tires. Robbing that back bumper on the wall. Look at Ryan Kaufman now reeling him in all the way into that first inner clip. Grindle is really deep in that first inner clip. Look at Kaufman just reading those front tires as he is going through each zone.
There you
and
go.
now getting right to the door of Grindle.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, he found it. So obviously we see Ryan with a little bit of a little sneak start there. You know, wants to be as close as possible. Initiates and doesn't really get the dive in that he was hoping for. He cuts a little bit there trying to get that proximity, but Andrew is running the wall, full tilt, flying. Ryan finds him here in the center power alley, transitions, and just sits. Goes a little out here. Actually, I think he stayed in zone, but just a little bit, and then just a little surge right there, and just, oh, what a run. Good job. Both drivers phenomenal. Grindle really knows he needs to slam the door here. Had a great lead. Ryan needs to put together a good lead, but obviously
trust what Ryan's going to put down, so he knows he's going to just full send it as a
All right,
tactical
we do another
FC.
big charge coming from Andrew Grindle with Ryan leading. Holy cow, coming through a smoke show and putting that proximity and trying to make sure the judges make the decision to go towards him. Great transition here and dive, but what happened? He got lost. I don't even think he's going anymore. He completely shut down. Oh, no.
Well, we're going to see them roll up to the line.
This is the dice roll. So you make the decision to be super aggressive, stay on top, and hope that everything goes well, which he was looking so good.
Oh, yeah. Going right to that door. And what happened here? You got that bump, that OSW bump there, and then going into this transition.
He goes for a dive, and what happens is he sees the car coming up. Maybe a little bit of contact. What happens, though, is when you're putting that power in, it's going to lead you out. So he does that transition, throws to angle, and
okay. So we're going. Here we go. Going all the way through. First inner clip is good. Look at that power alley. Yeah. And it looks like the judges have made the decision. The loser will automatically get third place. And it looks like Ryan Kaufman gets the win and moves on. And he's going to be going against Marcio. Now that they're going to go swap tires. Andrew Grindle get third place. Fantastic movement throughout the stream, but we have Pashao going into he's going to be lining up here shortly, but Ryan Kaufman does have to swap tires. So we're going to get a quick little break here. Throughout the whole seating bracket, who are you guys most impressed with? The people that are watching this seating bracket right now. And ticket in the main show, we do have 4 drivers that you've yet seen, and one of them is our championship points leader. And my, oh my, someone said they were lost in the smoke, but behind the wheel. And we're going to go quick to a commercial break as Ryan Kaufman gets his tires swapped out in that Taxi Garage hot pit. See you guys here soon for our final battle.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week, so now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information,
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Play me some of that Able Pimpin', man.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win, pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7. Op 7.
Finishing it out.
So we could stage,
And it looks like next battle here is for final is going to be Ryan Kaufman versus Marcio Jr.
That's what I'm saying. Not right now. I'm talking about final. Okay, cool. Just start the ball rolling on that now.
And man, oh man, today's event has been wild. Marcio Jr. is going to be battling it out against last year's champion, Ryan Kaufman. And Ryan Kaufman has been putting out a clinic out here. We're just discussing with one of I was discussing with one of the media guys here that he's noticing some of the drivers struggle on this track. And I said, this track, it may look simple, but it's not.
Nope.
You have, when I was watching FD and especially Jacob Gettins, he goes really in depth with it. He was talking about how the track is like really harsh sandpaper for the tires. And you've driven this track before. When you're setting up your car, Like, what are you trying to do? Are you going to try to make the back end as loose as possible, get more camber, or
No.
what's going through your mind when you're setting your car up for OSW?
Well, so in reality, sands are butts about it. Your takeoffs look horrible. It depends on the PSI you're running and the compounds you're running and what tire brand and stuff like that. But, I mean, there's so much that goes into it. It really depends on the power setup for the car. If you're going to want, that forward launch, if you want to toe in so that you have the, power going forward or what's going on. But, I mean, there's so much to setting up a car. It'd be a clinic. And honestly, funny enough, Chelsea Denofa put on a clinic. And it was a 30-hour clinic. Talk about how to set up your car.
Yeah.
So I can't really dive too deep into it with this, but it's a hard decision. The crew chief and the team and the shop, your alignment guy, or yourself that does it, all of that goes into it. But we've got our purple S chassis coming on out, going against Ryan Kaufman
from Taxi Garage, and he is one of our sponsors here, actually putting out the support for the series, doing a great job putting out the absolute bangers of videos and contents for this series as well. I love the Taxi Garage guys. They're awesome.
No, they're
especially Drift HQ too.
Yeah.
Another title sponsor for another camp here. Actually, 3 or 4 drivers here at US Drift Circuit.
All under the name. I mean, they're having a rough weekend,
but they're not only putting money into their drivers, they're putting money into the series to support it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's the WOW Corvette.
Oh yeah,
that's also one of the large sponsors out here, doing a great job. And we love to make sure the crowd knows who we're talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's always good. So we got the purple car out there, and we got our blue and gray Taxi Garage with Ryan Kaufman, and we've got
we also have to mention Redline Synthetic Oil.
Oh,
He's the title sponsor of the series, supporting this to make sure that we're all good. And look what's going on there.
I don't know.
Look at Marcio Jr. and Ryan Kaufman. He's been appearing on the screen a lot.
Marcio's been doing a large burnouts the whole time. It's been very entertaining.
Yes.
Oh, we got the graphic up for Marcio.
And look at that. They're wearing OMP, another sponsor of the series that supports the drivers for fire suits. And man, oh man, I'm super excited for this battle. This is the final battle of the seeding bracket, but there's a main show
coming up next.
Sponsored by Redline Synthetic Oil.
And KBD and Wisefab and BC Racing.
And Drift
Link
HQ.
ECU. I mean, you name it, they're on there. Kenda Tire, Kansei Wheels.
And don't forget Taxi Garage.
You can never forget Taxi Garage.
No, you can't. You have one of the drivers here shredding, and here
Purple
comes
car in the
Marcio.
lead.
Marcio Jr. is coming in the lead with that S chassis, coming in with a nice initiation, going to that first outer zone, being able to flirt with that zone, saying the low to midline, now filling it deep. Look at the Taxi Garage FC RX-7 from Ryan Kaufman, rubbing the front bumper on the back bumper of that S chassis, the purple S chassis, and they're going to the second outer zone. Beautiful fill out from Marcio Jr. But look at Ryan Kaufman being super aggressive as a mad scientist.
Hopefully that's a KBD bumper,
another sponsor
It
of the
is.
series.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. That's why it's
that.
still standing there in one piece. So let's try to figure out what happened here. Obviously, on this initiation, Ryan going ahead and getting good proximity. Obviously, we got the purple car all the way up on the wall, doing a great job over here. And cannot wait to see this transition here. This is what I want to see. So little bump, we got a transition, and he just is sitting on it. He just grabs the bumper. Doesn't look like it upsets the car too much, so that's really good. It did actually upset more of Ryan because he realized he was too close. He got on the brakes for a little tap and had to resettle the car. So honestly, Ryan just sent it that inch too far.
Yeah, and it does look like you said, that KBD bumper. It
took a hit. It's still on his car.
Wait, is it?
His front bumper's still there.
Well, we're seeing this first outer zone. Great fill out from Marcio Jr. diving into that first inner clip.
Yep. I mean, the S14 looks great, so.
Do KBD have quick snaps onto their bumpers?
No, they're just their own proprietor, like Poly or whatever it is, and it comes to you actually still really easy to install. If you guys are looking for a bumper or
that's
something.
Marcio's bumper.
Yeah, Marcio's comes off, but look.
Look, KBD.
Yeah, the front bumper's still on there.
Man, oh man, that's a good product right there.
You remember when I crashed at Fuel Fest?
Oh,
that was a KBD bumper. I put it right back on the car, kept running the rest of the day.
That's crazy. And if you look in the backdrop, that's what it looked like before. That RX-7. It's beautiful.
Well, here we go. So we got Ryan Kaufman in the lead. Marcio coming in the S14, coming in hard. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Ryan with a big charge. Marcio coming in the purple S14, coming on up, both powering in, trying to find that wall. A little bit of wavering there, but nothing crazy. Let's see what he does. Doesn't drag the bumpers like Ryan, which is going to be a big factor, but does not have the proximity back here. Looks like he's doing a little more straight line, not following the angle as much, but getting in that proximity at the end there. Great run. You'd expect nothing else from number 1 and number 2 seating bracket.
Yes, and they do get to sponsored by Redline Synthetic Oil. Has been doing it all day, but look at this. Ryan Kaufman getting that fill out of that zone, going all the way through, very consistent with angle and speed, going into that inner clip, transitioning in that power alley into that second inner clip, a little bit really deep into that inner clip, but now going into outer zone 2, filling it all the way out, lighting off those tires.
Yep.
Now we're gonna have the drivers pull up in front.
So right now, Grindel's out there with them, but I don't know if the judges have made a decision yet. We're going to wait to make sure it's not a one more time. And then once the judges have a decision, we're going to pull it up and we're going to announce it with you guys and get on, roll it into the competition.
Okay.
Send all 3 cars to Adam, please, Hunter.
You see,
all right, well, they are waving everybody over to.
Looks like they're getting them set up. We got the drone.
We got the drone on top.
And it looks like Grindel.
I think they are
is the
moving
right car.
over here, so I think we're going to announce it on this side now.
Yeah. Well, you have the first car, that's chassis. That's Grindel.
I'm going to say I always get to announce the winners at the end. I'm always the one that's down there with the champagne and everything. I think you should announce the winner on this one once the judges got that.
You're putting me on
a pedestal.
Well, I always have to be on a pedestal because how short I am. But it looks like they have come to a decision. You got the guy on the right. That's Andrew Grindel from Grindel Garage, title sponsor in the S chassis. Great driver out there. And you have the drivers here. Grindel did get 3rd place, so you got that thumbs up.
Grindel's got 3rd place in the seating bracket, rolling out of a 2nd place for the Clutch Kicker series, one of our sister series that we're working with to make sure we promote local and grassroots drifting. Here, obviously, everybody's battling for a license. He was so close he could almost taste it. And here he is putting in some work out here. Obviously, the 2 guys to his left, Ryan Kaufman, absolutely putting on a show. Marcio, 100% trying to make it happen in the 14. The judges have made a decision, and once we get the okay and it's gone through, Tiny's going to announce.
All right. 3rd place is Andrew Grindel. Give a thumbs up, a round of applause for Andrew Grindel out there for 3rd place. Doing a great job out there. And then we're waiting for
you're good.
Well, I want Ryan Kaufman to stop fiddling with his car. He's out there.
He's got to get shades on. He's got to look good. He's fixing his KVD bumper.
And the judges have deliberated. They figured out who is the best of this battle. The one that's the top dog of this seating bracket, getting better position for the main show. 1st place is Marcio Jr. gets the win and is the top dog of the seating bracket. Ryan Kaufman, 2nd place with that Taxi Garage FC. Man, oh man, it's been an electric show. Now they're going to get set up, get ready for the main.
On the next one that is available, I'll be sharing it on my Instagram story if you need and can't find it. Dustin Motors on Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow, as well as US Drift Circuits Instagram. That way you can stay up to date with all the action. With that being said, we'll see you next time.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Hey everybody, just a friendly reminder that prices on the website are going to increase. Now, it has been a year that we've been trying to fight against this, but due to cost of material, we have no choice. However, that's not going to take place until next week. So now is the time for you to get all of the products that you need for your build or your transmission conversion. To find out more information, be
There's no better way to test your tires than on the racetrack. That's why at Kenda Tires, we compete with the same tires we sell. And that's how the technology built into every Bethesda UHP Max tire goes from podium
What a performance.
to pavement. Whether you're a professional driver chasing podiums or a grassroots enthusiast looking for weekend excitement, Kenda Tires are designed for your journey.
Blame is on that able pimpin', man.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Op 7.
Op 7.
Op 7. Op 7.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.